And good evening, everyone, and welcome into Fayetteville City High School. I'm Mark Mize. She's Jennifer Hawkins, as we're going to be bringing you the Richland Raiders versus the Fayetteville City Tigers, a big Region 5A matchup here on WKSR Sports. I want to thank all of those who make WKSR Sports possible, as we're getting ready for what is potentially the biggest game of the season for the Raiders, as they can't outright win the region championship tonight, but they can take an all-important first step toward that goal, as they would, after losing that game to Huntland, come all the way back to take sole possession of first place at the end of tonight if they win.
That's the goal, Mark. You know, we've talked kind of all week leading up to this Friday night game. They've had some big matchups. We talked about early in the season the Eagleville matchup. Really, Raiders showed up strong that night and made a statement win after having to recover against a loss against Huntland. Here's the thing, they're on the road. That's been a little bit iffy for them this season, but I think each week they're getting stronger and stronger. They're figuring out where their small weaknesses are and cleaning those up and trying to play just clean football. And I know that's what Coach Patterson and the players, coaching staff, that's what they're after tonight. You know, you can't always control what the other team does, but you can definitely control the things that you have in your possession. And so their number one priority is do your job, play clean football, and the scoreboard usually will take care of itself.
And so the Raiders are 6-2 on the season, coming in at 2-1 in region play. As for Fayetteville City, kind of interesting, they're 3-4 on the season, but they're 3-0 in region play, and so they played a really tough non-region schedule, primarily against private schools, and ended up not winning any non-region games, of course, for certain tiebreakers that could come into the equation. But as is, Raiders would hopefully make it a situation where you don't really have to worry too much about tiebreakers if they win the next two games. They're, after Huntland lost last week, their destiny is now in their hands once again, as the Raiders have now moved one game ahead of the only team that owned the tiebreaker over them in the win-loss column, of course, there, in the sense that Huntland beat them 21-7. So now the Raiders already beat Eagleville, which has one loss. And if they beat Fayetteville City to give them their first loss, then they would own all of the head-to-head tiebreakers to give them that region championship.
That's right, Mark, and you mentioned the Fayetteville record, so it's kind of misleading. Like you said, 3-4 is their record, but they won the three that mattered.
Right.
And so that's why that makes such a big matchup tonight coming into the end of the season. And, yeah, it's the battle of the black and orange tonight. So Raiders and Tigers matching up, and I think everybody has really just been anticipating what this game could bring. And you and I talked about on the podcast this week that the Raiders are really capable of, if they play good, solid, their best football for 4 quarters. That's a lot to ask, but that's really what you need is a complete game, not a good first half or a rebound and play a really good second half. You need to play really consistent football for 4 quarters. I mean, I don't know that Fayetteville can hang around with them, because the defense has been just outstanding all season. The offense has really come into their own and developed a rhythm. And special teams, I mean, my goodness, special teams has been doing a lot of work as well. So they really have all the tools. It's not one that outshines the other. It is really a complete team victory.
So Region 5 1A and first place on the line here tonight. Fayetteville City currently in first place at 3-0, but the Raiders, if they're tied 3-1 to 3-1 at the end of the night, then the Raiders will have possession of first place. I want to give a big shout out to all of our fantastic sponsors that make these broadcasts possible here on KSR Sports. So a special shout out to Reeves Drugstore, Clay Doggett State Representative, Employee Resource Credit Union, M&M Staffing, May Oil Company, Pulaski Natural Gas, Southern Tennessee Regional Health System, Haney Realty, Winterburn and Associates Insurance, PES, First Realty Group, Gerald's Auto Body, First National Bank, Murray Chevrolet, Sundrop, which of course brings us that halftime show, along with, I just mentioned, Winterburn and Associates Insurance is the first down, and First Realty Group is the touchdowns. And then finally our newest sponsor, which was Big Green Dumpster. And so, wow, what a list there. I mean, just unbelievable that we have that many sponsors locally who are willing to put some money where their mouth is so that you can see and hear about some of the best athletes in the county.
Yeah, we've had a lot of folks kind of asking this week, like, where can we find you guys? And if you heard one of those sponsors, if you frequent their establishment, make sure you tell them thank you, because they make that possible so that we can get you these broadcasts. Of course, we have the Richland game tonight. Giles County is at home. I believe it's homecoming over for the Giles County folks, and so that's going on as well. So a lot of good football on Friday Night Lights here on WKSR Sports Network.
Yeah, so once again, next week, of course. Had you mentioned that yet so far? About next week?
No.
Oh, okay. So next
Were
week
you
we have.
Mark?
I'm sorry. I was trying to make sure they weren't about to pray.
Yeah.
I apologize, but they just started to make an announcement, and usually this is the part where you're like, oh, well, they're about to do the.
Actually, what
the
they're doing
invocation
is we'll give a quick shout out.
Okay,
so
go ahead.
This is Maggie Russell Warren that they're recognizing, who is a Richland alum, but and connected to several folks at Richland. But she is a principal over here in Fayetteville.
Oh, okay.
And so she is battling breast cancer, and so they are trying to. They're recognizing her, so they're doing a pink out recognition for her tonight.
Oh, that's awesome. And I always love this time of year when you see some teams change jerseys, a lot of teams change the wristbands, the socks, the tape, all the things, in support of the fight against breast cancer and the search for a cure. So awesome to see there. Love that the field also has the pink ribbons painted at the 25-yard line as well. So a very worthy cause, of course. As we were mentioning, though, next week there is a programming note as we will be on Thursday night. The Richland Raiders have actually moved their Friday night game to Thursday night, and so now at Moore County, the season finale, regular season finale, of course, as the Raiders will be making the playoffs, but the regular season finale will now be on Thursday night to avoid Halloween. Giles County versus Sequatchie, which also could be for a region championship, will still take place on Friday night over there at the Brickyard. So if usually you're sitting there thinking to yourself, well, I want to see both teams. I'd love to see them in person. I'd love to watch them on the stream. You can do both those things if you'd like, because we will be streaming both games because they no longer are on the same night. So that's a lot of fun. And Halloween games, also always a lot of fun, Jennifer.
Yeah, so we won't get the Friday night fright night.
Nice.
I don't know. But I think Moore County just wanted. Maybe they were scared. Are they scared on Halloween to play the Raiders? They weren't sure what we would bring to the table.
Well, they're also the Raiders.
Oh, that's true. Oh, this is the game. Yeah, I get to say I know at the beginning who's going to win. It's the Raiders. You're right. That'll be on Thursday night. And Raiders though have a big task in front of them, as they do take on the Tigers tonight here at Fayetteville City, or City. That's what a lot of people reference this as when they make the trek over here. Short drive, a good crowd for Richland showing up, and so they're going to get a good showing, I hope, from both sides of the ball and those special teams we keep mentioning from the Richland Raiders, as they look good tonight. And they're in their white jerseys tonight. It's supposed to be white out, but it's kind of a white/pink out night that they are celebrating and in honoring Miss Maggie tonight. And so Raiders, though, I think you and I appreciate the white jerseys because we can see numbers just a tad better when they're on the road, those bright orange numbers. So we'll hopefully get you better numbers. I had to apologize to Hudson Griggs this week because I miscalled his. I said I almost took a touchdown. Yeah, we did, and I told him, I said I tried to take that touchdown away from you last week, and I said, but we got it fixed. I said, but it was in the way far corner, and he has me in class. I said, I can't see, so, but he's such a sweet kid. He's very forgiving, so I was like, I appreciate that.
Well, we caught it before the extra point had even happened, so
yes.
I don't even know if that's a blunder per se.
Yeah, but. He's just a great kid. And all these guys, I talk about all the time how much fun they are to have in class and talk with in the hall. And I can't say enough good things about this team and what they are. They talk all the time about brotherhood. They really are pulling for each other. And I know you've noticed in their interviews, they don't ever really want to take credit for themselves. They talk about team, and doing their job. If you ask them, what's the goal tonight? Everybody's got to do their job. That's exactly what they are after each and every time. And so far it's been working, so that's what they need from each other tonight.
Awesome. And so, we will, of course, be streaming, and you'll get to listen to tonight's game on both WKSR's Facebook page and also on their YouTube page as well. And, of course, we couldn't do it without Elijah Watkins, who's our producer here tonight, and also our videographer. So always a great job there from Elijah, who is now taking part in an even bigger part for WKSR, running the boards, making the magic happen back at the studios, and in person at the game tonight. So really appreciate Elijah.
And just great on a road trip. You know, he keeps us
Hilarious.
entertained all the time. And no jacket. I'm telling you, because I'm always cold.
The man of steel.
Anybody that knows me, I mean, I'm already like thinking, where's my sweatshirt? I have 4 blankets with me. So, and Elijah's in a T-shirt. So yeah, I don't know how he makes me cold just looking at him, but he's ready to go. And I even asked, I offered an extra shirt or blanket or anything. He said he's good. So more power to him, because I can't do it. I'm a wimp when it comes to weather. But yeah, we're gonna hopefully not get too cold tonight. I think it's gonna the action's gonna be on the field, so that's gonna keep it warm and toasty around here. As when the sun goes down, Mark, I mean, it doesn't bother you either, but
everything's brighter
right now. There's no wind, so that's when it gets cold. So,
all right, funny. Well, real quick, Raiders versus Fayetteville City here in about 20 minutes for the top spot in the region. We'll be back after a 3-minute timeout. Back in 3 minutes here on KSR Sports.
Fans, from the coin toss to the final quarter, stay refreshed with an ice cold Coca-Cola as you cheer on the Raiders. Just head to the concession stand and grab the perfect refreshment to share with fellow fans. Share a Coke with a teammate, a rival, or friend this season. Thank you for choosing Pulaski Coca-Cola. It's time to load up on the best snacks and some delicious ice cold Coke for all your game day guests. Nothing tastes like everyone you love and everything you like coming together. Coca-Cola. Together taste better.
May Oil Company, a 4th-generation family-owned business, is a supplier of fuel products and specialty lubricants serving Pulaski, Giles County, and southern Middle Tennessee from our offices and warehouse at 619 South 4th Street, Pulaski. May Oil Company is also a proud supporter of Giles County Bobcat and Richland Raiders sports. May Oil Company, supporting our Middle Tennessee communities for generations. 931-363-3704.
This is Clay Doggett, your state representative for District 70, and I'm proud to share what makes Giles County such a special place to call home. From our rich history and strong values to our thriving local businesses and hardworking families, Giles County is built on community pride. We're blessed with beautiful farmland, vibrant small towns, and neighbors who always lend a helping hand. Whether it's gathering for local events, supporting our schools, or growing opportunities for the next generation, Giles County continues to be a shining example of Tennessee's best.
We've been cutting prices at Murray Chevrolet GMC. There are amazing red tag deals throughout our lot. Just look for the red hang tags and windows to find the very best deals in our inventory, like the Black Widow Edition Silverado 1500 RST with $12,000 off, or the 2025 Corvette E-Ray with over $14,000 in rebates. Many more great deals with thousands off on 2025 trucks. Swing through or visit our website, murraychevrolet.com, for all the info.
This is Mike Keefe for Winterburn and Associates Insurance. Winterburn Insurance is a full-service insurance agency, meaning they can help you with virtually every kind of personal insurance. Keep them in mind for auto, home, life, and health. Winterburn and Associates Insurance has been serving Giles County and the surrounding area for nearly 70 years, so they truly are a trusted choice. Get a quote online at winterburninsurance.com or call 363-8638. Winterburn and Associates Insurance, proud members of the Insurers of Tennessee.
Hey, buddy, why the throwback uniform?
Well, boys, you see, it's to celebrate the glory days, the pride, the passion, the tradition.
Wow, what could be better than wearing a throwback uniform on game day?
How about throwing back a green and gold citrusy Sundrop soda in a throwback bottle while wearing my throwback uniform on game day?
The pride, the passion, the tradition.
Throwback a green and gold Sundrop today.
And we are back once again as Richland Raiders versus Fayetteville City Tigers here. Coming up, Region 5A action, the 6-2 Richland Raiders versus the 3-4 Fayetteville City Tigers. But don't let that fool you, folks. Where it matters in the region standings, Fayetteville City is 3-0, whereas Eagleville and Richland are tied at 2-1. So it really doesn't get any bigger than this. Week 10 of the season, but the 9th game of the year, of course, due to that bye week. And the Richland Raiders, I really feel like the last few weeks, they've been rounding into their truest form. You know, early in the season, defense really stepping up. but they lost a couple games, in which the defense only gave up 16 and 21 points. Those are games where you kind of felt like coming into the season, if the defense could hold them to that low, the Raider offense would be able to answer. Early in the season, they weren't quite there yet, but now the last few weeks, you look at those scores: 42 versus Community, 37 versus Eagleville, 31 versus Cornersville, 30 versus Summertown. 4 straight games with 30 or more points, and some of those against some pretty strong teams there. Jennifer, I really feel like this is the Raider team we expected.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mark, and that's what we talked about before the break, was just the completeness of this team, because you could talk about defense has been unbelievably solid all season. Offense now is meeting them in that same caliber, and then you get special teams thrown in there. Like, how many teams can really say, hey, we've got a special teams category that we're ticking off, that these things that have happened? And so those are the things that really help you advance as you move through your season and then further into playoffs, hopefully, and how they're going to do. So those are things that you and I have gotten to witness. I can't believe we're already in, next to last regular season game. It's really gone.
Almost basketball time.
Junior high basketball's already started, and I'm like,
oof.
Wow, that's crazy that it's already and high school season's just around the corner. So it goes quick. But I'm still in football mindset, so it's hard to swap over. But
the hope is
fun.
We have. Actually, so we're actually going to get our moment of silence and our national anthem. So we will be right back here on KSR Sports, Raiders versus City. And we're back here after the national anthem and the moment of silence there from Fayetteville City High School. By the way, Fayetteville City, you'll look at their scoreboard, many will remember from this area, they were the 2020 state champions. I believe, I'm going to be wrong as soon as I say this, I should have researched, I think they may have been the AA state champions that year. Because they've actually gone up and down between single A and double A the last few seasons, as Richland did for a couple years. But, so the state championship just 5 years ago. This is a serious program with Fayetteville City, and they always have a lot of talent on the roster. But as for the Raiders, as we were talking about last week, and really the last few weeks, the only thing that can stop the Raider offense are unforced errors. If I remember correctly, and this is a stat that this is the best of my memory / the stats I do at the end of each night. The Raiders have only punted 6 times in the last 5 games. They're averaging basically one punt per game.
Well, I guess you got to have a stat line there somewhere for that, but that's a pretty amazing stat. That'd be interesting to kind of look at different teams and see what their stat line is for that, because you have some teams that's their stat for one game.
Yeah.
So that is impressive for the Raiders to do that. And you're right, there's been games where the only thing that really has stopped the Raiders is the Raiders themselves. They've had some miscues, some penalties, some different things that have slowed them down or got them kind of out of their rhythm, but they always rebound well. That's what I like about this team too, is there's really no panic in them. They've had a couple of games where early on things didn't go their way, and you think, oh no, how are they going to react to this? They don't get in a rush. They don't get a panic, and so they just stick to their true style of football and come back and really know what they're made of. And that's what's made this fun, this season so fun get to call and talk with the guys, and they know exactly what their jobs are. I'm telling you, every time I ask them, like, what should I look for tonight, or what do you guys got to do? We got to do our job. That's what that's their number one answer every time. And I said, it's like it's ingrained, and they're like, it is ingrained in us, Ms. Hawkins. That's exactly what they teach us, is if everybody will do their job. And I'm like, well, you're right. I mean, if you stick to your job and not try to do everybody else's, then everything should go your way. So, and so far it's working.
I mean, definitely. And like we said, last week, they come out, they score that big touchdown on the 34-yard pass from Gavin Schrader to Hudson Griggs. They go up 7-0, but the next two drives, they have an errant snap and then a penalty that basically force a field goal attempt, which was made, 45-yard field goal by A.J. Bates, so shout out there.
Right,
as that's
right.
his second
That's
from
huge.
40-plus this season. The next drive, they end up having a turnover on downs, I believe, due to the penalty there. And so they're only up 10-3 at halftime in a game in which they thoroughly had dominated the first half, only up by 7 points. But the second half, Jennifer, they really left nothing to chance.
Yeah, they did. They went in at half and had that conversation about getting everything cleaned up and making sure that they knew what they were supposed to do. And, you know, and you're kind of like, maybe some of that was set up so that Bates could hit that 45-yard field goal. So, because, I mean, he had the 42-yard we were impressed with earlier in the season, and then he comes back and tops that. And I asked him, I think it was yesterday, and I said, are we going to hit 50-plus? And he goes, you know, it was almost like if my team needs me, you know, so. And I like that attitude. I mean, and that's exactly what you get from these guys. It's never a me show. It's a team. And that's what it really takes to keep winning games, is you don't have to worry about stat lines individually. You worry about getting the W for your brothers, is what they keep referring to each other as, and for your coaches and the ones putting in the work. And that's what they're hoping for tonight.
Definitely. I mean, and talking about some other games that are around the area, Cornersville will play at Moore County tonight. That's an interesting game, and not for the reason most people might think, because a lot of people will be like, well, because somebody has to win. But Cornersville, if they win tonight and then they beat Huntland next week, Huntland, which was the early favorite after they beat Richland 21-7, Huntland would not make the playoffs,
right,
which is crazy to
right,
think, because they would have gone from 2-0 to 2-3 in region play, because they lost 3 straight in the season. So, yeah, if Cornersville beats Moore County tonight and then also wins next week against Huntland, then suddenly Bulldogs are going to sneak their way into the playoffs despite a litany of injuries.
Well, and that's the thing about, you know, they didn't quit fighting. They had to battle through those injuries, like you said, and then Huntland kind of, I mean, I don't know what's going on. They looked so strong early in the season, and then things have just not been clicking for them. And we kind of felt like a few weeks ago we knew who the top 4 were, and then suddenly things have changed. And again, we've said it before, this is why you play the game, and that's what keeps it interesting, especially when it's high school football. That's why it has such a following like it does, is people want to come out and see what happens. And so a lot on the line, yeah, for Cornersville tonight, and who people kind of discounted them pretty early when things were happening. But you're right, just a couple wins at the right time with the right competitors, they could be talking a little bit of playoff action as well.
Bledsoe County at Huntland, non-region play. Technically, it could factor in very unique scenarios, because there is a tiebreak in which it's most wins. But honestly, not too big of a game there. And then Zion Christian at Eagleville, same thing. Technically could factor into a tiebreak, but that's a non-region game. So a couple games locally here that probably won't end up factoring in to the postseason when you look at those two. But Cornersville at Moore County could have big implications for the 4th seed there. Then, of course, Giles County tonight hosting Forest. By the way, Forest beat Fayetteville City 38-6. Quincy Mitchell has 2,100 total yards of offense and 25 touchdowns through 8 games. I think there's a world in which he wins Mr. Football.
Well, I agree. I mean, how do you put up those kind of numbers and you're not in that type conversation? But, yeah, Forrest, but he's a lot of their team. I mean, he's an incredible athlete and putting up huge numbers, but he's got to go up against Giles County, and, I mean, that's one we'll kind of keep an eye on. We'll try to give updates as that's going on back home. But, yeah, a lot of good football
of note,
on tap tonight. Yep.
if I'm not mistaken, Pearson Collier has only played 3 games this year, and he's averaging more than 3 touchdowns per game. Had 6 touchdowns last week against 4A Jackson Northside on the road. You know, it's funny. It was their homecoming, and Chris and JP were kind of telling me that, hey, they were kind of fired up and everything, and it kind of looked like they thought they were going to beat Giles. And then Pearson Collier comes out, has 231 rush yards and 6 touchdowns, which is a modern record. Like I said, Chris and I were talking about it. Since he's been in high school, no one's had 6 touchdowns in a game, for rushing touchdowns, that is. But Collier, just absolutely just ran all over Jackson Northside last week. And he has only played, I think, 3 games, but he's been the Main Street Player of the Week 2 out of his 3 games he's played this year.
Yeah, he's a stat line in himself. And, Giles County playing homecoming spoiler last week in that game, and Collier said, in the famous words of Lee Corso, not so fast, right? So, but there's just been some really fun storylines throughout this season that we've got to kind of keep track of. And I don't think I realized he only played 3 games, because I'm hearing that and I'm thinking,
he
Wait,
got
what?
injured the last game of the preseason, and
and then he didn't come back for a while.
They kept thinking he'd have a chance to come back. Then David Bridges, who went off, by the way, he had over 350 yards in his first 2 games as the starting running back. With he and Collier are supposed to share the role. He gets injured in the first quarter versus Lawrence County in the 3rd game. He still hasn't been back yet. Then Xavier Hanna, their 3rd-string running back, has a collarbone injury. He won't be back till the playoffs. So Giles County is so impressive that they're 5-3 and have a chance to win this region, because I've never seen a single position group suffer as many injuries as Giles County did in the running back room.
All right, looks like we're getting set. I'm trying to get captain names, because they are about to meet up for the coin toss, as we do have tonight Fayetteville City taking on your Richland Raiders. We are on the road here with Marky Mark. I guess would that make me the Funky Bunch?
It probably
Elijah
will, and
I,
Elijah as well.
Yeah, no, I don't know that I'm cool enough to pull that off, but
of note, the exact opposite between Giles County and Richland. Giles County played 3 straight road games, so that then they get the final 2 home games. Richland played 3 straight home games, so they get the final 2 road games. So we're at Fayetteville City here tonight. We will be at Moore County next Thursday. Yes, you heard me right, Thursday, not Friday, as that game was moved. So actually, while we're getting the coin toss here, we're going to go ahead and get a quick timeout. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Back in 2 minutes here on KSR Sports.
Employee Resources Credit Union is an easy solution to banking, offering a personal, simple, yet modern way to bank. When you bank with ERCU, you are a shareholder, meaning you own a piece of the pie. And we make it easy with the convenience of digital banking, with service you won't find at another financial institution, including low to zero fees and incredible rates. We have the technology you need with the personal service you deserve, right here in your own neighborhood. Employee Resources Credit Union, not for profit, for service.
We meet by accident, a play on words. But when you need us, we're there. Gerald's Auto Body and Gerald's Auto Repair is a trusted friend when you need auto repairs or auto body work. We specialize in making you feel at ease in a time that can be uncertain at best. We take the worry away and give you our very best. Gerald's Auto Body and Gerald's Auto Repair, a trusted friend when you need us. Call 363-0539 or drop by 716 North 1st Street, Pulaski.
This is Jill Kilburn with Big Green Dumpster. Whether you're cleaning out the garage or tackling a renovation, we've got you covered. We have 4 dumpster sizes, 11 to 30 yards. Order before 1 p.m. for same-day delivery. We offer demolition and junk removal. We offer a contractor's discount and include a direct text line for prompt service. Serving Middle Tennessee and North Alabama, our prices are online, so book now at biggreendumpster.pro or call 931-903-2424. Big Green Dumpster.
First National Bank is an independent community bank. Being independent allows us to be innovative, to adapt and respond quickly and efficiently to your financial needs. We know the needs of this area. Our interest and our loyalty are to the people who live and work here. They are more than names and faces. They're our friends and our neighbors. Together, we're making communities great. Member FDIC.
And we're back here and ready for the opening kick as the Richland Raiders won the coin toss and chose to defer. They will be on defense first, and here come the Raiders. Richland is 6-2 on the season, 2-1 in region play. But with a victory here tonight over Fayetteville City, they would move into first place. Oh, headset here. I think Jennifer's headset came slightly unplugged. Let me fix that real quick. Testing 1, 2. Yes, there we go. Sorry, this one comes a little unplugged. There you go. I heard Jennifer, and I was like, she's not very loud.
Nobody
so Jennifer,
ever has said that.
Take it away, Jennifer.
No, I was like, wait, I don't hear anything. So I thought I'd just suddenly. I was going to say that you hear all the cowbell noises.
Quiet as a mouse.
We are in the Raiders section tonight. Usually we're on an away game. We might be on the opposing side. So tonight you'll get to feel and hear the energy of the Raider crowd. So that's going to be fun for us.
Yeah, no, and I will say, too, it's a lot of fun to be on the crowd side with the team they're usually covering. We are that at home because we're at the very top of the stands. Tonight, we have our backs to the very top of the stands here on the visiting side. So Raiders will kick first to start out here tonight as Richland looking to improve to 7-2. That would tie last year's win total and, of course, take an all-important step toward winning that region championship. Once again, Richland can take possession of first place tonight, but they would have to win next week as well to hold possession of first place and win that region championship, ensuring home playoff home games the first 2 weeks. By the way, I think the first 3 weeks, because I believe this last year was the opposing regions, because remember, we went to McKenzie third round.
Right.
So I think actually Richland would get 3 straight home games if they win the region.
So we are set for Bates to kick off, who was one of the captains, along with John Garrett, Bladen Maxwell, and Wyatt Journey, were your senior captains for tonight. Like Mark said, they did win the toss but chose to defer, so they'll open up third quarter with the ball.
And here's the kick from Bates. It will be returned from Fayetteville City's 14-yard line. Hit, still on his feet, though, to reversing field now to the sideline, going to pick up about 8 extra yards as a result. That was number 7, Jaden Thomas, for City.
Pushed out of bounds by Bates, who comes over and, you know, typically if your kicker knocks you out or makes a tackle, that's kind of a big deal. But Bates is such a good defender. He just turned into a defensive end on that play and make sure he cleans up and make sure Thomas wasn't going to pick up any more yards.
That would have been just inside the 30, but due to Thomas just a good job staying on his feet after the first hit and reversing field to get to the sideline, ends up picking up nearly 10 extra yards there. And so Niles Barnett is your quarterback. Zion Najee is your lead back. Najee gets the handoff up the middle, runs into his own blocker, and now he's going to be tackled by a host of Raiders after about a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, I believe maybe only 2 Raiders not completely in on that tackle. And I think that's the matchup everybody's wanting to see is Najee against this defensive front. And then also, you know, your mid-backs that are coming in. And Shooter Foster's had such a great season and just reads things so well. He's had so many snaps. So that's going to be a fun matchup to watch tonight.
Raiders trying to get set late. There's the handoff to Najee. He's going to go off tackle to the left this time. He does break free. Wow. He's out to the 40, the 30, the 20. Going to be pushed out of bounds finally by, I believe that was Lucas Tarpley, but not before getting down into the red zone for Fayetteville City.
Yeah, Najee with some wheels, and Tarpley, who some of the guys say is probably the fastest one on the team in that secondary position, but he has to kind of come across, and he's the one that catches up to him. Can't make a complete open field tackle, but it is enough to get a good hit and get him out of bounds. And so Fayetteville threatening early already.
First and goal at the 9. Going to be a handoff here to Najee. Najee up the middle, only needs to truck one man, and he gets in for 6. So 3 carries and a total of 63 yards and a touchdown for Zion Najee. I think we now know who the star player is for this Fayetteville City bunch.
Well, I think we've kind of known that, but he's showing why he is the star player. So Richland defense, who, I mean, I'm just not panicked yet because they'll make adjustments and they're going to figure out how to maybe shut this guy down. I think he's a little more than they were anticipating.
Yeah, and I mean, he does such a good job of following his blockers, as he has a really big and powerful offensive line, but also once he makes that cut, he's just so quick. Had a 51-yard rush, but then scores on the 9-yard rushing touchdown. So with 10:35 remaining in the first quarter, it's 7-0 Fayetteville City. We'll be back after a 1-minute timeout here on KSR Sports.
At Haney Realty and Property Management, we strive to work with all of your real estate needs. Listing, buying, property management, or rental, we have got you covered. Call me, Daniel Haney, at 931-309-8291 or come by the office located at 109 South 1st Street in Pulaski, and one of our agents will be able to assist you. Our website is www.haneyrealtypm.com. Haney Realty and Property Management. We are your best friend in real estate.
For all your real estate, property management, and auction needs, contact Haney Realty Auction Company.
Attention Giles County residents, looking for your next career opportunity? Look no further than M&M Staffing, your trusted local staffing agency. Owner John Braden Harper and recruiters Cree Holt and Mercedes Houston are all proud members of Giles County who understand our community inside and out. At M&M Staffing, we're your neighbors supporting local schools, athletes, organizations, and causes that matter to you. Visit us on Facebook, step into our office, or apply online at mnmstaffing.net. You can also give us a call at 931-347-4255. M&M Staffing, your bridge to a brighter future in Giles County.
7-0 Fayetteville City with 10:35 remaining in the first quarter of action. And now we're going to have a pooch kick for Fayetteville City. Raiders have to fall on it. Good job doing just that at around the 35-yard line where the Raiders will take over. But Zion Najee, 3 rushes for 63 yards, including a 51-yard rush that set up the 9-yard touchdown, Jennifer.
Yeah, a little bit of stunned silence, I believe, from the Raider faithful, but they will get behind their team here in just a bit. The guys will, like I said, have not panicked at all. They've been in situations this season where they get a little bit behind or things are not going their way early on, but they always have a way to answer. So let's see. Interesting formation here, Mark.
Yeah, so actually they have 4 guys here to the near side at the receiver position, including an offensive lineman. Oh, it's going to be a pump fake. Oh, and wide open is Tucker Mayo. A trick play. 40, 30, 20, and he gets a big Winterburn and Associates Insurance first down, Raiders.
So Raiders open up with a trick play, and I'd heard whisperings that there might be something on the line tonight, but I was sworn to secrecy, Mark.
I understand that.
No, but in fact, I think they were supposed to try to run that last week, but I think they decided to kind of keep it in their pocket for Fayetteville tonight, and it worked wonderfully. I mean, Mayo was wide open, had beat defenders. The defense for City bit on that, and Mayo finds himself wide open. Schrader lays it right in his arms.
I believe that was a 41-yard passing connection. Now we have a twin back set for the Raiders. It's going to be a handoff to Jake Sands. Sands up the middle, and he picks up about 5 yards on the carry. Raiders down to the red zone now with 9:39 remaining in the first quarter, trailing 7-0.
And I like coming out, you're down 7-0, and then you just dial up a trick play to kind of get your guys up and going and build a little energy and enthusiasm. And so I like that play call.
Well,
and
remember,
then right back to their run game.
Remember, there are 2 sides of the football, and not only does Fayetteville City have to score tonight, they have to stop the Raider offense too. Handoff to Sands. What a cut there, Sands at the goal line. Sands is able to get out of an ankle tackle and scores for 6. Touchdown, Raiders. A first Realty Group touchdown for Jake Sands.
So the clock reads exactly 9 minutes, and we have already had 2 touchdowns, 1 per team, as we await the extra point by Bates. But Sands, a little shake and bake from Sands to find the end zone and shakes off a tackler, crosses for 6. Great answer from the Raiders.
So here's the kick for A.J. Bates. It's blocked. That's the 3rd time that a kick has been blocked this year. May have to say some things on special teams about that offensive line, able to hopefully improve on that area. So 7-6, Raiders do trail. 9 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Back after a 1-minute timeout. Back in 1 minute here on KSR Sports.
Natural gas safety tips brought to you by Pulaski Natural Gas. Call before you dig. Don't hit a buried gas line. Before you dig or move earth in any way, call your local one-call number or utility locator service. They can tell you the location of buried natural gas lines, power lines, and other utilities so you can dig safely. These tips are brought to you by Pulaski Natural Gas, 363-1752, 363-1752.
And we are back here. The extra point was blocked, but the Raiders answer quickly, trailing 7-6 with 9 minutes remaining in the first quarter. On that drive, you had the trick play where Gavin Schrader hit Tucker Mayo for a 41-yard gain, then 2 rushes for 25 yards from Jake Sands. The second one scores a First Realty Group touchdown.
Yeah, good answer. I'm not too worried about the blocked extra point, other than you got to get that cleaned up. That's something you don't want that to determine a game, but that just means next time they score, they'll probably try to go for 2 and get that point back.
This one kicked deep. This time it's going to be Jaden Thomas once again, this time from his 11. He's going to cut it up the field, going to turn to his left. We are going to have a flag down, probably a block in the back.
Yeah, that was pretty evident. I mean, everybody in the stands is pointing at it as Thomas was trying to cut up. One of the city players came and threw a block in the back on Case and Yoakley. Yep.
Going to be really poor field position here for Fayetteville City after had pretty strong field position the last drive.
Yeah, so negates any type of run back there, which was not as big a run back as they had in the first opening drive. And so let's see how this defense rebounds after they got a very quick look at Zion Najee. They've got to have an answer for him.
Quick is probably the right term, as 3 carries for 63 yards. He's averaging 130 yards per game this year and basically had half of that on the first drive. Going to be a handoff to Najee once again, off tackle. Najee makes another great cut. He's out to the 30, the 40, the 50. Hudson Griggs tracks him down, is able to trip him up, but another 30-plus yard game. How do you stop this young man, Jennifer?
Yeah, he has some great patience because he lets his blockers do their job, and then he has just a really quick cut step. So Raider front line's going to have to figure that out, and the secondary is really getting picked on, but they're having to come like cross field, and credit Hudson Griggs, because if he misses that tackle, that's another score for Fayetteville. But Griggs had his eye on him the whole way and was able to bring him down.
Barnett hands off this time. It's your backup running back, and not the same result as the starter there, as this one's going to be no gain on the play. That was number 15, Kenyon Ford.
Chase Thomason reaching out and making that tackle.
So important note, if you want to win this game, just make sure Najee gets tired.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, he can't run all night, surely.
I don't know.
Who knows? They're young guys. They might can.
2nd and 8. This time it's going to be handoff to Thomas on the jet sweep. Thomas thought he was down initially. Balled loose. I think Thomas did fall on it, though, there, but Raiders forced their first fumble of the night. But it'll be 3rd and about 5.
A little life out of the defense as they putting some hits on to knock that ball loose. Didn't get it recovered, but making Thomas think about his carries moving forward.
But look who's back into the game. It's Zion Najee once again. I will say the biggest offensive lineman, the right tackle, that is number 79, William Riddle, suddenly has to sub out there. But you're 3rd and about 4, and probably 4 down territory for Fayetteville City. Here's the snap, Barnett. Here's the handoff, Najee. Najee stopped after a short gain. We'll see where they mark it here. I initially think that was enough. Indeed it was for a first down. Fayetteville City driving, leading 7-6 with just under 7 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Well, and the thing about Najee is not only is he quick, but he's got some size to him as well, so he's not exactly easy to bring down, but Raider defense is getting him figured out.
Oh, bad snap here. Barnett's going to have to try to do something with it, and it's going to be a tackle for a loss.
As that's Aylin Kennedy and Cam Drake. Kennedy makes first contact as Barnett has to swallow that up, and Kennedy and Drake right on it trying to sniff out that ball. But so suddenly the defense, they're causing a few mishandles. Can they get their hands on one and recover?
Of note, Niles Barnett actually is a freshman quarterback, if I'm not mistaken, there for Fayetteville City. Looks like this one may be a potential screenplay to Najee. Indeed, it is. Oh, I think that was backwards. Raiders need to hop on it. What will they call it here? They're saying incomplete pass. That is the wrong call.
Oh, yeah,
you folks were watching at
yes.
home. That was
I wish we had
backwards
replay,
pass.
but that should have been a
No.
Raider recovery. That was Chase Thomason that smartly jumped on it again, because that's the right play. Oh, Mark, I want to watch that replay so bad.
Well,
but yeah, that was.
You folks at home.
Yeah, disagree. Yeah, y'all can roll it back. Yeah,
Turn back your
yeah.
YouTube live slightly and tell us.
And if you have our numbers, let us know you agree.
But I think that was a backwards pass, just as much as Frank Wycheck's was back in the day for the Titans on the Music City Miracle. 3rd and 15. They're motioning Najee back out. They are going to actually throw it this time. They're throwing it deep. They have a man initially. Wow,
Did
what
he
a
catch that?
catch by number 1, Quashawn Black. I can't believe through double coverage, he comes up with a big first down catch.
So just a unfortunate set of events, because, that ball really should have been a turnover to the Raiders, and then City follows it up with just really a stellar catch, because, like I said, good coverage by the Raiders, double teamed, and somehow he comes down with that pass.
Hand off Najee. Najee in the middle in a pile, dragging defenders forward. Picks up 4, maybe 5 down to the 2-yard line.
So Raider defense going to have to stand tall here as City looking to score again.
This time it's going to be Barnett's going to try to stretch the corner, but his hit hard out of bounds. He did not get there. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd and goal at the 2 now.
Griggs and Cagle, are able to follow Barnett and realize that he did not hand that off as he was trying to sneak around the edge, that far left edge, and Griggs Cagle get a hold of him. 4:45. Raiders trail by that one missed extra point.
It'll be a handoff. Najee up the middle. Najee fighting forward at the goal line. They say it was enough. That is a 2-yard rushing touchdown for Zion Najee. And Richland now trailing 13-6 with 4:29 remaining in the first quarter.
So Najee is able to put up another score for Fayetteville City. But it'll be that what we thought was a backward pass.
Yeah.
And didn't get called that way. But, hey, sometimes you just got to fight through those things and get back on your game.
So they will attempt the extra point. That is Eastlick. Anthony Eastlick for Fayetteville City. Trying to put his team up 14-6. The kick is up. The kick is good. 4:29 remaining in the first quarter. Zion Najee's second touchdown of the night puts Fayetteville City up 14-6. We'll be back after a 30-second timeout, back in 30 seconds here on KSR Sports.
Natural gas safety.
When it comes to your family's health, you can count on Southern Tennessee Regional Health System Pulaski. We're focused on keeping you at your best with annual screenings and preventative care. Having a family doctor helps you stay healthy, so our Southern Tennessee Medical Group makes it easy to find one. Call 1-800-424-DOCS. That's 1-800-424-3627, or visit southerntmpulaski.com to find a primary care physician.
And we're back here. Fayetteville City, 2 drives, 2 touchdowns on the night. Both of those scored by Zion Najee, but the The Raiders only needed 4 plays to get 6 last time. Jennifer, we'll see if they can answer on offense once again.
Yeah, a little bit of a hole early here for the Raiders, but they had a good answer last time. Let's see if they can do it again.
This time, is that Shooter Foster? I believe it is. Shooter Foster actually brings it out on the pooch kick to the 50-yard line.
Good hands there by Foster. He looked like a receiver on that catch. So your front guys are going to have to kind of be ready.
And for the second time, a pooch kick, you know, I kind of get it because you have like guys like
Sands.
You have guys like Sands, Kennedy, and
Right.
Griggs have been back deep this year. But at the same time, if you're letting them start each drive at the 40, at the 50, I mean, I don't know if that's the play. 1st and 10 at the 50 for Richland here, trying to answer. Twin back set, 2 receivers to the near side. Going to be a handoff this time. I believe that is Cagle. Cagle fighting for it. Doesn't have much, though. Maybe 2 yards on the play.
Raiders testing the middle of the field there, seeing what they can get going with their running game. I do believe that was going to be, they were going to be more run heavy on their offense tonight. That was part of the game plan. But mix in some pass plays like we saw in the first set.
Fayetteville City splitting its defensive line. You can tell they have a kind of a bunch set. Oh, and now the Raiders are pulling out to having 3 wide now. Handoff, A.J. Bates. A.J. Bates off the right tackle. Bates just fighting forward. Bates, he's got a first down and more. That's a Winterburn and Associates Insurance first down. And Jennifer, you cannot bring that man down with arm tackles.
Well, you can't bring him down solo tackle either. I mean, he just says, you know, let's have more. Just jump on. Let's go for a ride, because he was hit and still carried a couple of guys, 2-3 defenders with him, another 4 or 5 yards.
Giddy up for a 12-yard gain for Mr. Bates. Pistol formation now, and Raider Band is playing VeggieTales. Haven't heard that yet this season. Schrader back to pass. Schrader has Kennedy wide open, 10-5. He does fall down on the catch, but another big Winterburn and Associates Insurance first down. There is a Raider down on the play.
Beautiful, beautiful catch by Kennedy, but let's see if we can see. Is that John Garrett?
No,
I see Garrett up.
3.
That'd be Journey.
Yeah.
So let's hope that it's just a cramp or something, but he's down for a minute, so not something you want to see.
Yeah, and of course the Raiders, it was really more their defensive line, although Cam McNeese had played some offensive line this year too. And so, you know, at the line position, they're about as deep as they've ever been with those, I believe, 8 seniors. However, of course, you know, in that situation, Journey has been so important to this program. Cam McNeese has been so important to this program. You just can't afford to be losing veterans like that, because these guys are just the heart and soul of this team.
Yeah, so just a big hush over the crowd as Journey is able to hop up. So good to see that, but it does look like he's hobbling a little bit. So trainer Zach Bailey will get a good look at him. And I know these guys, we saw this a few weeks ago with John Garrett, they're not going to come out of the game that quickly.
No, I mean, the Raiders are built tough. And, you know, like I said, the thing that really showed me that was this year whenever they had their lineman competition, and they came out versus Columbia Central and Forest and Wayne County and Hickman County. I mean, Battle Creek, all of these teams, and Richland's offensive line, well, and technically defensive line, they were both competing, finished first among all those teams better. This is a big, strong, and tough offensive and defensive line. Shotgun formation. It's Wildcat now for Jake Sands. Sands going to run to the left side. Sands cuts up field, is dragged down after a short gain. Will they get a face mask on the play? I don't think they do.
Yeah, fans were wanting either a face mask or even possible horse collar, but I think they stayed just outside the back of the collar enough. Didn't get that call, but let's go back and talk about what a catch by Alan Kennedy. You know, he had to kind of lay out for that, and we've seen some really good catches from him over his career. That was another beautiful one that people are going to want to get their eyes on.
Schrader back in, and they're going to go jumbo, as they like to call it. It's the wishbone set of fullback, 2 wingbacks. Schrader under center. This is going to be a pitch to Sands. Sands up the middle. Sands, the pile is still moving at the goal line. They're going to say he was about a yard, maybe a yard and a half short. 3rd and goal.
So they got some out of it, but can they get one more good push? They really need to get this across as we're at 1:30 left in the first quarter. Raiders do trail 14-6. Can they make up some of these points here?
Yeah, 1:23 remaining. Wow, I was about to say, the first quarter
Quickly.
has been all offense, and it's been mostly running. And as a result, this has gone quickly here, but probably the biggest play of the night so far. 3rd and goal at the 2. Wishbone formation. Here's the handoff. Fullback up the middle. A.J. Bates. Where's the signal? Still waiting. Touchdown, Raiders. A First Realty Group touchdown on the 2-yard plunge from A.J. Bates.
Bates just barrels forward. Mr. Bates is what we've lovingly been calling him because he is playing real man football. But, yeah, like you said, tough 2 yards, but he has done it.
Do you go for 2 here, Jennifer?
No, I think you want to make sure your kick game is up and good. And, so Bates is doing the work on this drive, gets across the goal line, and let's see if this kick gets cleaned up.
Kick is up. Kick is good. So Raiders back within a single point, 14-13. Fayetteville City leads with 1 minute remaining in the first quarter. We'll be back after a 30-second timeout here on WKSR Sports. And we're back here. Just 1 minute remaining in the first quarter. Raiders trail 14-13 to Fayetteville City, but 2 drives by each team, 2 touchdowns by each team. Feels like the team that commits the first turnover might be the one to lose the game tonight, Jennifer.
You're right, Mark. Sorry, I was enjoying with the cheerleaders too, going to my cheer days, so I was doing a little dance with them.
But will they dance to Veggie Tales, which we heard earlier?
I don't know. I've heard it a couple of times this season. I guess you've just missed it. So
yeah.
as parents, we know those songs. So, but yeah, Raiders. I like the answer there. I like that they're not panicking. I think that shows some confidence too. Like, we don't have to go for 2 yet because I think we're going to be confident enough that we'll put some stops up. We're going to put more scores on the board. We're not going to worry about that.
Here's
that
the kick
-1
from Bates. This one almost a little bit of a pooch there. Oh, and actually it's on the turf, still on the turf. Finally, Fayetteville City picks it up. Going to cut up the middle. Still pretty good field position for City. They'll be out to the 36. That was number 9, Trez Brown on the return.
And tackled on the other side by number 9 for the Raiders. That's my buddy, DeMarcus Crispin. I say my buddy because he's the only other Sooner fan I know in this area. So we have that in common. But, yeah, good tackle there by Crispin, the freshman.
1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line. Jennifer, I think we saw on the last drive what the most important thing to do as the defense here is. Force negative plays. You had them in 3rd and 15 when they hit that great 24-yard pass to Black. If you get them in that situation again, I think that's how you get off the field. Pistol formation for Barnett. Handoff Najee. Who else would have guessed anyone else? Najee this time only picks up about 2 yards. Maybe his shortest run of the night.
Yeah, Shooter Foster read that from the snap and comes in and makes just a great tackle on Najee. So they're keying in. They knew that this is the running back they've got to put a stop to, but now the defense is getting it figured out. And I see Wyatt Journey back on the field, so
Great
that is it.
see.
Yeah, that's great. Great news for the Raiders.
2nd and 7 now. Pistol formation once again. Barnett with Najee now. Actually, they're going to move it to a shotgun. He's going to come along a side, but he's still going to get the handoff. And he's able to fight through one arm tackle and has, I believe, enough for a first down for Fayetteville City.
Foster and Cagle in on the tackle. Cagle kind of gets him by the foot, and Foster cleans it up.
That will be the final play of the first quarter, though. Fayetteville City leads 14-13. All offense here in the first quarter. We'll be back after a 1 minute timeout, back in 1 minute here on KSR Sports.
When it comes to your family's health, you can count on Southern Tennessee Regional Health System Pulaski.
First Realty Group has been serving Giles and Lawrence County and beyond for decades. We're first because we have the best selection of land, homes, and commercial properties to choose from. Our fair price promise means you can shop with peace of mind locally and with customer care not found elsewhere. We also understand the buying process and what it takes to make it easy, from title to escrow to closing. First Realty Group, first for a reason. Visit frg1.com for all of your buying needs in Giles County.
Fans, from the coin toss to the final quarter, stay refreshed with an ice cold Coca-Cola as you cheer on the Raiders. Just head to the concession stand and grab the perfect refreshment to share with fellow fans. Share a Coke with a teammate, a rival, or a friend this season. Thank you for choosing Pulaski Coca-Cola. It's time to load up on the best snacks and some delicious ice cold Coke for all your game day guests. Nothing tastes like everyone you love and everything you like coming together. Coca-Cola. Together taste better.
And we're back here for the start of the second quarter. 14-3, Fayetteville City leads. Quick trivia here. How many yards rushing did Zion Najee have in the first quarter, Jennifer?
Wait, first quarter?
First quarter.
Let's see.
Well, that's where we're at right now.
Well, no, I'm thinking. Well, I thought you were going to say that first drive. So, 70-something.
Barnett, back to pass. Barnett, strip sack, and it's recovered by Shooter Foster. I told you, the first team to force a turnover was going to be very important here tonight, and now the Raiders a chance to take the lead, trailing 14-13.
Foster really just coming alive here in the end of this first quarter, and then opens up the second quarter. Man, the defense, it took them a minute, but we expected them to make the adjustments, and they'd been getting to some plays. They'd already forced a couple of little fumbles and mishandles. Finally able to come up with one. Short field, too, for the Raiders.
Yes, twin back set, 1st and 10 at the opponent's 37. Raiders trailing by 1. Here is the handoff to Jake Sands. Sands, though, is eclipsed in the backfield by big number 79, William Riddle.
Yeah, Riddle, he is
large.
A senior tackle, large, yeah.
Big boy.
But, not exactly sure how you get out of that tackle, but.
See, and he's one of the few that they don't have his height and weight.
Yeah, I know. I was looking. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I want to see how big he was, but
man,
it's not listed.
It would not surprise me if he's 300. He's probably at least 280.
He's solid, for sure.
2nd and 11 for the Raiders. 3 receivers to the far side. Schrader back to pass. Schrader. Oh, it's a screenplay, though. Ooh, not a well-placed pass, though, as he misses Reedy on the play. Or maybe Reedy was supposed to be in a different place. Looked like a little miscommunication. 3rd and 11.
Yeah, I don't think they were on the same page there, but luckily that wasn't the 3rd down play. So Raiders going to have to regroup here, 3rd and long.
Well drawn up play, though, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like it, but just
because they had some room there if they could have gotten off that screenplay. I think this is 4-down territory here, though. 3rd and 11 at your opponent's 38. You're trailing 14-13 with 11 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Schrader rolls to his right. Schrader fires. He has his man, Hudson Griggs. It's going to be close. Let's see. They say it's a first down. That's will be a Winterburn and Associates Insurance first down. And how about the job there by Griggs to know exactly where to get to and stop to settle for the sticks?
I start saying he ran a great route there because he watched where that chain was and came back and made sure he didn't cross back just short of it. But also, you always have to wait on the spot. But, yeah, good drawn-up play, good pass by Schrader, enough to move chains for the Raiders.
You find the soft spot there, and you're right at the marker. Perfect route there by Hudson Griggs. This is going to be a handoff to Jake Sands. Sands makes a man miss. Sands sidesteps twice, and he's going to be out near another first down. To be 2nd and short, I believe.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, they're actually going to say he was out of bounds earlier than I anticipated there.
Yeah, that first foot must have.
Yeah, 2nd and 4.
Got him.
Because he was right at the marker. He actually hit the marker, I believe, on that run. So they're actually going to set it up at 2nd and 4 at the 20. Raiders trailing 14-13 with 10-12 remaining in the second quarter. But Jennifer, this Fayetteville City defense haven't stopped the Raiders yet. Twin back set, A.J. Bates and Jake Sands, but timeout on the field. That timeout will be taken by the Raiders. We'll take one of those as well. So Raiders trail 14-13. Back in 30 seconds. 30 seconds here on KSR Sports.
May Oil Company, a four-generation family-owned business, is a supplier of fuel products and specialty lubricants serving Pulaski, Giles County, and southern Middle Tennessee from our offices and warehouse at 619 South 4th Street, Pulaski. May Oil Company is also a proud supporter of Giles County Bobcat and Richland Raiders sports. May Oil Company, supporting our Middle Tennessee communities for generations. 931-363-3704.
And we're back here, 2nd and 4 for the Raiders after a big 3rd and 11 conversion when Gavin Schrader found Hudson Griggs for a Winterburn and Associates Insurance first down. Raiders now in the red zone for the 3rd time here tonight. Had a twin back set, but now they're actually going to have Schrader and Bates in the backfield. I think this is a passing play. Indeed it is. Bates is blocking for him there. Schrader fires. Schrader, wow. It was not caught by Sands. I almost thought Sands, similar to Odell Beckham Jr., might have gotten the one hand out there for the catch.
Yeah, he did try to lay out for it, but was not able to corral it in. So brings up, it's funny because the board said 2nd and 5, and now it's 3rd and 4, and we didn't pick up a yard. But
well, I knew that the board was wrong, and that's why I called.
Well, you can look over here on the chains. So.
3rd and 4 for the Raiders. Once again, feels like it's going to be 4-down territory. You have your big back, A.J. Bates, alongside Schrader. Shotgun formation. Back to pass. Schrader fires, has Sands. Sands, a little impromptu screenplay there. Sands has the first down and more down inside the 5. That's another Winterburn and Associates Insurance first down, Raiders.
Yeah, I like that little play. They've run that a few times this year where it looks like he's going to go out and then cuts back in. And, you know, you don't have to pick up big yards, but they only needed 4. Got a little more than that. But good play call.
That's why I like that screenplay because, you know, he looks like he's just running a normal route. Goes a little deeper than a screen normally would. But because of the way that it gets set up by his receivers blocking for him, it really is a screenplay. Now we're going to have a twin set here in the backfield. Levi Reedy and Jake Sands. Sands gets the handoff. Sands up the middle. Sands gets stopped at the goal line, but they say he got across. That'll be a First Realty Group touchdown, Raiders.
So Raiders capitalize on the turnover by the defense and are able to take the short field, march right down, and take the lead with 9:10 left here in the second quarter, awaiting the extra point.
First lead of the night for the Raiders as they're up by 5, looking to make it 6 here on the extra point by A.J. Bates. Snap's good. Kick is up. Kick is good. 20-14, Raiders on top in this battle for top spot in Region 5A. 9:10 remaining in the second quarter. We'll be back after a quick timeout here on KSR Sports.
This is Clay Doggett, your state representative for District 70, and I'm proud to share what makes Giles County such a special place to call home. From our rich history and strong values to our thriving local businesses and hardworking families, Giles County is built on community pride. We're blessed with beautiful farmland, vibrant small towns, and neighbors who always lend a helping hand. Whether it's gathering for local events, supporting our schools, or growing opportunities for the next generation, Giles County continues to be a shining example of Tennessee's best.
And we're back here. Raiders lead 20-14 with 9:10 remaining in the second quarter here in a bout for the top spot in Region 5-1A over Fayetteville City. By the way, Giles update, the Bobcats are up 13-7 on homecoming versus the Forest Rockets. and Mr. Football, probably semifinalist at this point. I don't think they've had the finalists yet, Quincy Mitchell.
So Raiders, kind of got it punched in the mouth early on, but stayed steady on their feet and have had answers each time. And like you said, keep saying, so far the Fayetteville City defense doesn't have an answer.
Well, Fayetteville City has put the ball on the turf twice.
Right.
This one's going to be a pooch kick and a short return up to about the 43-yard line. And in my opinion, Fayetteville City has actually put the ball on the turf 3 times. That was a backwards pass. Folks,
You're
go
so
back.
convinced.
Second drive of the game, Fayetteville City had a backwards pass that was recovered by the Raiders. The referees ended up calling it incomplete, and so that would have stopped a Fayetteville City scoring drive. That could come up big late in this one.
Well, but now the Raiders have kind of found a rhythm on both sides of the ball, so let's just hope it doesn't even come down to that play.
1st and 10 at their own 43. Can Richland get a second straight stop on defense?
So Coach Nick Patterson being the cheerleader on the sidelines, asking the crowd to help him out. They need a little energy on the field.
Najee is going to motion out. Ooh, another bad snap. Barnett, a busted play to the outside. He's tackled for at least a 5-yard loss. Second time we've seen a bad snap result in Barnett basically having to run for his life.
Yeah, because when that snap goes wide or out, that front line, that was Bates that time on the tackle for loss, but Bates didn't have any time to recover because they're smelling blood in the water, if you will, but trying to go and attack and possibly knock another one loose.
2nd and 15 now. Last time that Fayetteville City was in this situation, they came up with a big pass to get back in front of the chains. Would venture Najee probably gets the handoff here on 2nd and 15, though. Yep, they fake the jet sweep, give it to Najee. Najee, probably the first time tonight he's been stopped at the line. I don't think he gained more than a yard at most.
And here goes
Multiple
laundry
flags.
everywhere. Tucker Mayo, what a great tackle, because he was getting tackled and still has the strength to reach out and make that tackle on Najee.
This is important, though.
Yes, it is. Let's see what the call is.
If it's against the Raiders, this is disaster. If it's against Fayetteville City, suddenly they're in 3rd and forever. At least one of the penalties is on Fayetteville City. Okay, so it's offsetting. So 2, that's fine. 3rd and 15. So we've seen 3rd and 15 once. This probably means that we're going to see, especially on your own side of the 50, it's not 4-down territory. They're going to pass the ball on this play.
Raider Nation trying to call out to the defense, trying to give them that little extra hype that they need, as they know this is a big set right here with 8.5 left before half.
You see Trip Helton with the money down symbol there. 8:30 remaining in the second quarter. Raiders up 20-14. 3 receivers near side. Fayetteville City still looking for the call. Down to 12 seconds on the clock here. They probably need to get set. Pistol formation. 3 receivers. Back to pass. They're actually going to throw it to Thomas. Ooh, Thomas is going to reverse field here. Can the Raiders get something set up and get to him? They do. Near the 45-yard line. Another flag behind the play. So it will be short of the first down marker, but what will the flag be?
Well, I tell you what the fans are upset about, and I can't say I disagree, was Trip Helton had the lane on that to make that tackle, and he really gets taken to the ground. It should have been a hold on Fayetteville City, but no flag. And I don't like to, disparage it, but it was pretty
Personal
obvious.
Personal foul
yeah.
offense. And I think, are they going to say it was, that'll make it 4th and probably 22.
Yeah, so maybe just late on the flag, because he took him all the way, well after the play had even shifted.
And you saw Niles Barnett run down and be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like coming down to his player and saying, I mean, granted, they didn't get the first down anyway. It would have been about 4th and 7-ish. 6 or 7. Wow, and they really put them back here. They're on their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, they're still marching back.
That makes it a 4th and 33. So I would imagine this is probably not one you're going to go for.
Is it not dead? Is it 4th down? Their marker says 3rd. Did they call it dead ball or?
I guess it was during the play, and that's what they're saying.
Okay.
3rd and 33, though. Still have to feel pretty good about it.
Yeah.
This is going to be pass to number 9 for a short gain there. Trez Brown, nowhere to go. It was another screen play, just like we saw on the opposite side of the field a moment ago. And 3rd and 33 is going to become 4th and about 31.
Yeah, so it is a completion, but like you said, just not enough to do anything with.
So, wow, the last 2 drives.
4th in a while.
I really feel like Fayetteville City is making this more complicated than it has to be. Zion Najee, hand him the football. When they're trying to pass it, they're getting personal fouls. They're getting negative plays. Don't really understand. Jake Sands comes free, nearly gets the block there. They will get a very nice kickoff, though. Really hats off there to the Fayetteville City punter who avoided disaster as Sands came completely free and got one hand on him but couldn't block it.
Yeah, timed it out really well. We've seen him do that a couple other games where he's so quick off that first step, like we've seen in that run back position, that they put him in on punts to see if he can beat that edge. I mean, he was close. Just about. He's going to get him one of these.
Well, he had technically, he tackled the punter 3 times against Cornersville.
Yeah.
Now, he never blocked one, but he tackled the punter. Remember, Chase Thomason had a punt block for a touchdown.
Yeah, in the end zone.
Already this year. 1st and 10 at their own 26. Gavin Schrader, pistol formation. Oh, now they're going to motion out here. It's going to be shotgun now. 3 receivers in a bunch to the near side. You have Cagle is your running back. Cagle gets the handoff. Cagle has a little room to run here. Gets out, past the 30. Gets out near the 39.
Good solid run there by Cagle to pick up, that's what I like about these running backs is, they don't go down on first contact.
That was a 13-yard carry and a Winterburn and Associates Insurance first down. Raiders lead 20-14 with 6:12 remaining in the second quarter. And Jennifer, if you're with Richland, the perfect thing to do here is milk some clock, score here, go up by 2 scores at the half, and you get the ball to start the third period. 1st and 10 at your own 39. They're motioning again late. This time 2 receivers to the far side. Hand off to Cagle once again. Basically a very similar play. Cagle has to spin down around the 45. 5-yard gain.
Yeah, I agree, Mark, that you want to just eat clock here. Take your time getting down the field, but then still make sure you can punch it in at the end and go up a couple of scores. Come out third quarter with the ball and just march down the field again and kind of get in solid control of this game.
By the way, wanted to note that I asked you earlier how many yards Zion Najee had in the first quarter.
I think
we got
I said
interrupted.
70-something.
He had 139.
Oh, wow. I was not even close.
In the first quarter. Has had almost none in the second quarter.
Wow.
As the Raiders have really turned things around here and are leading 20-14 with the football after 2 straight big stops for the defense. And on the other side, Raider offense hasn't been stopped yet. Timeout with 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Raiders up 20-14. Back in 30 seconds here on KSR Sports.
This is Clay Doggett, your state representative for District 70, and I'm proud to share what makes Giles County such a special place to call home. From our rich history and strong values to our thriving local businesses and hardworking families, Giles County is built on community pride. We're blessed with beautiful farmland, vibrant small towns, and neighbors who always lend a helping hand. Whether it's gathering for local events, supporting our schools, or growing opportunities for the next generation, Giles County continues to be a shining example of Tennessee's best.
And we're back here, 20-14. Raiders on top here against Fayetteville City in a battle of Region 5A heavyweights. Richland has had the best of the night so far, up by 6. 2nd and 5 for the Raiders on their own 44-yard line. I think that is the Wildcat formation there with Jake Sands. Indeed it is. Sands is spun around after only about a 1-yard gain, though. Big 3rd down here.
Yeah, kind of pushes up the middle, picks up about a yard, but not much.
3rd and 3. Big down here for the Raiders. As if you score another touchdown here, suddenly you feel like you can take full control to start the 3rd quarter.
Well, and you want to pick this up here and not have to punt it away with about 4 minutes left on the clock.
I'll be honest, if it's 4th and 1, I think you go for it.
I do too.
4th and 2 or shorter, I think you go
Just
for it
pick it up here, though.
Yeah,
Let's
the
do it
offense, you haven't been stopped all night. Oh, they're actually going to pass deep on the play. Actually, Gavin Schrader's going to try to run himself. Schrader spins, and he's got enough for a winner burn and Associates Insurance 1st down. How about the moxie from the freshman Schrader?
Yeah, not exactly sure if that was the drawn-up play.
It was not.
That would that would surprise me if that's what was supposed to happen. But Schrader showing a little bit of his legs and power and size to take it up the middle.
The great thing about Schrader is he's standing about 6'3", 6'4". When he just rolls over a body and falls forward, that's 3-yard gain right there. 1st and 10 now on your opponent's side of the 50 at the 49. Raiders by 6. Oh, they don't have much time to get this one off. They were going to say they did get off in time. A helmet was on the ground. I thought that was the ball at first. Sands is going to end up picking up 2, but did you saw that Fayetteville City helmet fall? I thought that was the ball.
I did too. I was like, wait, but the play's still running over here, so I thought maybe they forgot the ball on the way through, but somehow a helmet came off in the collision up front between the 2 lines.
2nd and 8, and once again, you're doing what you want right now if you're the Raiders, and the fact that you're taking the clock down. Don't give them a chance to score, but you also want to leave enough time that you can score here. 2nd and about 8. Shotgun formation for Schrader. Schrader back to pass, rolls to his left. Here's the pass. Has Sands. Sands 1st down and gets out of bounds. That's a Winterburn and Associates Insurance 1st down. And did you see the block that A.J. Bates led on that play in order to keep Schrader free to hit that pass?
Well, I noticed that, but I also, what a great route again by Sands. Just to know where the marker is, because the marker's not on that side, but he knows exactly where he's got to get to pick up the 1st down. So these receivers, I mean, they're just not just timing things out and making good catches, but running just great routes.
So 1st and 10 at the opponent's 34. Bunch set here with 3 receivers, all in a diamond there. It's going to be a handoff. I believe that's Reedy this time. Yeah, it's big old Levi Reedy, the fullback, who is down near another Winterburn and Associates Insurance 1st down. Let's see where they mark it. They'll say, bring on those chains on down. That's another Winterburn and Associates Insurance 1st down, Raiders.
I'm watching the city defenders having conversations, and like, how many guys can run the ball for this team?
Legit.
I mean, it's got to be confusing.
Raiders back quickly. Reedy, same play, same thing. As he's down this time, maybe 1 yard short, but another good gain there by Reedy. Oh, wow, they actually want to say that's another 1st down.
I was going to say, if he gets a good spot, and sure enough, they're going to move chains. So good couple of runs there by Levi Reedy, the senior running back.
If you're the Raiders now, are you going a little too fast here? Because now you have 1st and 10 on the 11. But you need to take a minute and 55 seconds to score here. Yeah, I'd let the clock get down here. Well, they went ahead and handed it off to Reedy. Reedy changes direction there. It's going to be brought down on the play. No gain.
Yeah, it looked like he slipped just a little bit, so when he tried to change direction, couldn't quite get one of his feet under him. So you lose a little bit of power because your power's in your legs when you're running, and was not able to make that cut cleanly.
So Reedy there does lose 2 yards on the play, but had a gain of 13 and then a gain of 10 on the last 2 carries. it's been so big that he's really come on, along with Bates, of being those power backs to complement the Jake Sands, the Colin Cagle, guys like that. And so really just the dynamic there between the big, strong backs and then your speedsters as well. It's been huge for Richland.
That's what I'm saying. I think when you look at a defense, they're sitting there going, wait, I thought this was their – wait, they got this running back. You got too many options. Just like what Richland defense is able to do tonight, you can kind of key in on Najee. That's the guy. But with the Raiders, you've got 5 options when you throw Tucker Bayo in there as well.
Yeah.
Just too many weapons in that backfield for Schrader to kind of hand off to and make something happen in the run game.
Getting behind the chains here, a little bit awkward now on 2nd and 12 from the 13. Because do you pass here? Do you want to go ahead and take your chance and try to run it with Sands and get close? They are going to hand – ooh, excuse me. That's actually Gavin Schrader on the keeper, but sniffed out there by Fayetteville City. Short gain, and so they will now get down under a minute. Ooh, Fayetteville City, though, says we want some time. I think they're going to call a timeout.
Yeah, they're trying to salvage some clock. I think maybe they accept that they can't quite put a stop to the Raider offense, but trying to spare themselves a few seconds to maybe do something before they go into half. But right here, this is where you want to just protect the ball, take care of your time management as well if you're the Raiders. But City with a couple timeouts, still minute 31 showing on the clock.
Any points are good here, though, if you're the Raiders, because a touchdown or a field goal makes it a 2-score game. And that's important here, as you'll have the ball to start the third period. And so, like I said, as long as they score here and take it into the half without Fayetteville City having time to reciprocate, I think the Raiders are in a great position.
But like any great fan, we want that touchdown. We want those points to go.
Well, you're a fan. I'm a broadcaster.
So, you're a little bit of a fan. You've enjoyed these guys.
Oh,
but,
I enjoy
yeah.
it. Yeah, no. No doubts about that. So now you have Schrader in alongside Reedy. I bet Reedy's going to block for him here as they're going to pass the ball. Ooh, they have Mayo out in the flat. They're going to fire, though. Reedy overthrows him, though. That'll bring up 4th and 11. Clock still running. I don't think that's supposed to happen on an incomplete pass here. So they're going to bring out Bates, and this would be huge if they can take a 2-score lead here.
So this will be, what's that, is that 33 yards? Is that where he's?
So it's from the 12-yard line. And so, yeah, 29 yards is the correct call there.
And we've got a flag.
They're counting. Which team are they counting, though?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, they're going to wave it off.
Wave
he miscounted. I'll tell you. You know who he could have used? Tutoring sessions from Jennifer Hawkins. Call Jennifer Hawkins for your math tutoring. Kick is up. Kick is good. 29-yard field goal from A.J. Bates makes it a 2-score ball game, 23-14, as the Raiders lead with 1:13 remaining in the second quarter. We'll be back after a 1-minute timeout, back in 1 minute on KSR Sports.
We've been cutting prices at Murray Chevrolet GMC. There are amazing red tag deals throughout our lot. Just look for the red hang tags and windows to find the very best deals in our inventory, like the Black Widow Edition Silverado 1500 RST with $12,000 off, or the 2025 Corvette E-Ray with over $14,000 in rebates. Many more great deals with thousands off on 2025 trucks. Swing through or visit our website, murraychevrolet.com, for all the info.
This is Mike Keefe for Winterburn and Associates Insurance. Winterburn Insurance is a full-service insurance agency, meaning they can help you with virtually every kind of personal insurance. Keep them in mind for auto, home, life, and health. Winterburn and Associates Insurance has been serving Giles County and the surrounding area for nearly 70 years, so they truly are a trusted choice. Get a quote online at winterburninsurance.com or call 363-8638. Winterburn and Associates Insurance, proud members of the Insurers of Tennessee.
And we're back here. Raiders lead 23-14 with 1:13 remaining in the second quarter. It's been a night of offense so far here in the first half, as A.J. Bates just added a 29-yard field goal. And now he's going to boot this one deep. Fayetteville City wasn't expecting it to go back that far. It's down inside the 4-yard line. Well, they'll start this return here, and they'll be brought down just across the 20-yard line, where Fayetteville City will start with 1:05 remaining in the second quarter.
Kason Yokley on the takedown for the Raiders. And, yeah, Bates kind of surprised City there, as they want to kind of pin him as deep as they can, as there's 65 ticks left on the clock until we get into that halftime.
Let me say this, though, for Fayetteville City, and I apologize for watching, but I'd venture you'll agree. Don't make it complicated, Zion.
Barnett another step or so, he would have been across the line of scrimmage as well, but trying to make something out of nothing. And I agree with you. I don't really understand City early on. That's what's working for you was Najee, and then they've just gone away from it. Interesting set of play calls.
He's had 12 yards in the second quarter after having 139 in the first.
Well, he's just not had a lot of touches, though. They're
I mean,
not
that's
using
true,
him.
but still, I mean, who's responsible for that?
Yeah.
This is going to be a pitch forward, technically a pass play there to Black. Black does get to the outside. Black still on his feet, finally pushed out by Tarpley. I think they're going to say.
Clock's still running, so
yeah, I think they're going to say he's still in bounds.
Yeah.
Where are they going to mark this? Crew hasn't moved yet. Chain crew still hasn't moved yet. I thought this was a first down. It may be 3rd and inches.
Yeah, they didn't move the chains, and they were spotting it like the clock was still running and not moving. So,
yeah, that's what they're saying.
So they have to quickly. Barnett takes the snap and.
See, but the question is then, why'd they stop the clock unless they're saying that he was out of bounds?
Well, he just lined up and.
Oh, so it's 4th and 1. My
yeah,
bad.
It's
my
4th
bad.
and 1.
Ooh,
yeah.
well, that's a weird play here.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I didn't see the
they
spike.
Burned it. Yeah, they burned it down, and yeah.
I don't know if that's the right play there, because suddenly with 4th and 1, I mean, you're probably going to go for it and give it to Najee. But at the same time, if you don't get it, if it's a bad snap, you're suddenly giving the Raiders
about 30 seconds with short field, right?
30 yards to go in 37 seconds, and the Raiders have shown they can do that quite easily
30
tonight.
yards, Bates could just kick a field goal from, so.
I mean, legitimately,
on the 30, yeah,
this is a really odd moment. If I'm the coaching staff, I don't think they called that. I think that may have been Barnett, being a freshman, potentially spiking the ball when he shouldn't have, because you need to get that play off, then you can spike it after you get the first down. 4th and 1 now. I know they're going for it because they're down by 9, and they also have the best running back in the game, but still kind of an awkward situation. And if they don't get it, if the Raider line gets penetration here and stops them for a loss, or if it's an errant snap, suddenly the Raiders may be going up by 3 scores at the half. Yeah, they're going to go pistol formation. They have Najee. I think Raiders are going to sell out here. I think you have Cam Drake in single coverage against Black, and I think they're going to sell out to stop this play. Hand off Najee. Najee right side. He does get a first down, but is tackled out of bounds. For 30 seconds remaining.
Well, what you don't want to happen here, Mark, is as the Richland defense, don't give up anything easy here and let them sneak one in.
So there's a spike there. 26 seconds now. Second and 10 at their own 42. Raiders lead by 9, 23-14.
So Raider players on the sides calling for their fans to help them out with some crowd noise.
Barnett back to pass. Barnett, who was hit as he threw, and Griggs almost intercepted that going out of bounds. Incomplete pass. Barnett's been impressive for a freshman tonight. Not as impressive as the other freshman quarterback.
Seriously, we're used to Schrader.
But at the same time, I don't feel like he's in the best situation right now, as they let some time get off the clock. And Right now, they're just kind of having to throwing it deep each play. I almost would still call draws and screens to Najee because I still think that's your best play.
Yeah, and just try to run it on those edges, get out of bounds, use your out of bounds to stop the clock.
But suddenly with 22 seconds, they're going to pass to the sideline, little screen play there. But he's tackled in bounds, and that might do it, as that was Trez Brown again.
John Garrett in on the tackle for the Raiders. As the clock ticks away, City really can't do anything about
if
it.
they spike it, if he spikes it here, then the Raiders get the ball back. Oh, that's a bad call. That's 4th and 5. 2 seconds left. Raiders get the ball. And also penalty flag? Yeah, they didn't know. That's like a moment ago. They didn't know the situation. They spiked it on 4th down.
Yeah, that should be a turnover on – I don't know what the flag's for. Okay, yeah, I was going to say because I almost said maybe it was illegal procedure because they weren't lined up and ready to go. Just a lot of
yeah, but Raiders take over, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
there you go.
It's Raider ball.
Maybe it's illegal procedure because you can't spike on 4th down. Because technically, if you spike on 4th down,
I think you still had guys trying to get set and stuff. I don't think everybody was.
But if that was the case, you'd assume that Fayetteville City would get the ball, would keep the ball.
Well,
yeah. So I'm going to explain what I think is happening here.
Yeah, please do, because I'm.
So they were saying, illegal procedure, but Richland's saying, well, no, we want turnover on downs. And I think the referees are saying, well, you can't accept that because the play never happened because of illegal procedure.
Oh, true, because
he wasn't able.
Ball, right.
He wasn't ever able to. But you know what they should do? 6 seconds on the clock. If that play never happened, put those seconds back. Give the Raiders a chance to get the ball here again.
Well, I don't like that because, I mean, penalties are not supposed to favor the team they're against.
That's my opinion, too.
Yeah. That's where some of your rules come in, and, you know,
I would agree.
Where's the 10-second run-on? I know. I'm like, can you not just decline the penalty?
Yeah, well,
and Raiders get the ball, but
technically
because it was a dead ball at the beginning of the play.
Technically, the play never happened. But my point is, if the play never happened, 6 seconds should be on the clock instead of 1 second.
True.
1 second left, so now Fayetteville City has a chance to do something weird here. Raiders are going to play prevent defense, but
well, Raiders thought they had the ball. They were swapping out personnel.
If I'm Richland here, though, I only rush 4, but I try to strip sack Barnett and see if you can go for 6 here. But you have the prevent defense deep. You have basically equivalent of 4 safeties back down at the 30-yard line. You probably can't see them on your camera view right now. Barnett going to just throw it quickly here, screenplay. And can they get a 60-yard screenplay? He ran out of bounds. Fayetteville City doesn't know what they're doing here, just to be honest with you. Doesn't matter, though, because down to the opponent's 48, he ran out of bounds, and that will do it for the first half. Raiders lead 23-14 at the break. The final minute took 20 minutes.
Bizarre, too.
But Richland up by 9 at the half, and they get the ball to start the second half as well. We'll be back in a moment with our Sundrop halftime report after a 3-minute timeout here on WKSR Sports.
This is Mike Keefe for Winter.
Hey, buddy, wear the throwback uniform.
Well, boys, you see, it's to celebrate the glory days, the pride, the passion, the tradition.
Wow, what could be better than wearing a throwback uniform on game day?
How about throwing back a green and gold citrusy Sundrop soda in a throwback bottle while wearing my throwback uniform on game day?
The pride, the passion, the tradition.
Throwback a green and gold Sundrop today.
Employee Resources Credit Union is an easy offering a personal, simple, yet modern way to bank. When you bank with ERCU, you are a shareholder, meaning you own a piece of the pie. And we make it easy with the convenience of digital banking, with service you won't find at another financial institution, including low to zero fees and incredible rates. We have the technology you need with the personal service you deserve, right here in your own neighborhood. Employee Resources Credit Union, not for profit, for service.
We meet by accident, a play on words. But when you need us, we're there. Gerald's Auto Body and Gerald's Auto Repair is a trusted friend when you need auto repairs or auto body work. We specialize in making you feel at ease in a time that can be uncertain at best. We take the worry away and give you our very best. Gerald's Auto Body and Gerald's Auto Repair, a trusted friend when you need us. Call 363-0539 or drop by 716 North 1st Street, Pulaski.
This is Jill Kilburn with Big Green Dumpster. Whether you're cleaning out the garage or tackling a renovation, we've got you covered. We have 4 dumpster sizes, 11 to 30 yards. Order before 1 p.m. for same-day delivery. We offer demolition and junk removal. We offer a contractor's discount and include a direct text line for prompt service. Serving Middle Tennessee and North Alabama, our prices are online, so book now at biggreendumpster.pro or call 931-903-2424. Big Green Dumpster.
First National Bank is an independent community bank. Being independent allows us to be innovative, to adapt and respond quickly and efficiently to your financial needs. We know the needs of this area. Our interest and our loyalty are to the people who live and work here. They are more than names and faces. They're our friends and our neighbors. Together, we're making communities great. Member FDIC.
Hey, buddy, why the throwback uniform?
Well, boys, you see, it's to celebrate the glory days, the pride, the passion, the tradition.
Wow, what could be better than wearing a throwback uniform on game day?
How about throwing back a green and gold citrusy sun-drop soda in a throwback bottle while wearing my throwback uniform on game day?
The pride, the passion, the tradition.
Throwback a green and gold sun-drop today.
And we are back at the half. Fayetteville City is recognizing their 2020 state championship team, but here tonight, looking to take sole possession of first place in Region 5A. Richland leads 23-14 at the half. Jennifer, Richland's offense virtually unstoppable in the first half. They had 4 drives, and they had 3 touchdowns and a field goal. Feel like you can't ask for much more.
Well, I think that is going to be the difference even carrying into the second half is the Fayetteville City has just not had an answer defensively for the different offensive weapons that Richland is putting forth. And, you know, the run game's been strong, and then Schrader can kind of step back and look at receivers. And so that just – anytime your run game's working and gelling so well, it helps you relax into your pass game as well because it opens things up because, you know, he's just able to kind of open the field up and go through his progressions and see things. And so, yeah, I don't know that City really has a way to stop Richland, and so they're just going to outscore tonight. Early on, I think you and I are both baffled by the play call of Fayetteville City in the second quarter because they had some things really working in the first quarter with their running back Najee, who, I mean, he really is a great athlete. And, I mean, they opened up that first drive, three rushing plays from him, and he's in the end zone, and you're thinking, oh, boy, this is a legit player that you're going to have an answer for. Kind of went with him in the first quarter, made it an interesting game, and then just got away from him in the second quarter. Didn't use him as much, and trying to mix it up, and suddenly they've had mishandled snaps. They've just not looked like the same team. And so now part of that, you got to credit the Richland defense made adjustments as well, and so they're forcing some things to happen. And I think Barnett's been in a little bit of a panic trying to get away from the defense and from the defensive line. And so, yeah, just a credit to both sides of the ball. Richland playing much better in that second quarter. Kind of like we said, took a hit early on. A little bit of shock and awe here from the Raider faithful, and I think the players as well, but they just didn't panic, and it shows on the scoreboard as they do lead by 9 now here at halftime.
For those just tuning in, Najee had 139 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, only 3 touches for 12 yards in the second. So once again, the Raiders, when he touched the ball, they were containing him more in the second quarter, but he was still getting positive yards, and yet they were on early downs attempting to pass the ball. They had those errant snaps. You know, they had a few plays where it really didn't look like they got the signal from the sideline because you had twice in which Barnett spiked the ball when he wasn't supposed to, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And then on the final play of the half, I mean, admittedly, he probably wasn't going to score a 60-yard touchdown on a screenplay anyway. But at the same time, number 14, Fernando Leslie, ran out of bounds with 0 seconds left on the clock. You know, there was only 1 second on the clock to start the play, and so there was no chance after he caught that ball. There was going to be time left. You have to know when you're in that situation, you have to do something weird. Reverse field. Just try and do something to get away from the defenders and keep the play alive. And he just ran out of bounds unimpeded without taking a hit. And I don't think the coaches probably wanted to see that, or else they would have just kneeled if that was what you were going to do on the play.
Yeah, lack of awareness. I think they're on the end of that. You know, they only had about 36 seconds, I think, to do anything with it, and didn't manage it well. But the Raiders held strong and didn't give up any big plays to go into halftime. And then they won the toss at the beginning of the game and have deferred, so they're going to get to come out third quarter and take control and hopefully just kind of continue to march down the field. I mean, honestly, that's what we expect to see from them, and I don't think you have to get in a big hurry either. You don't need any big gains. We had that big trick play to kind of open up and answer.
Loved that.
Yeah, I think that was one of my favorite play calls I've seen this season, and I like the boldness of it because, you know, you're down early and you're like, hey, watch this. Let's make this fun. As Schrader, you know, sells out and kind of tricks all the defenders. Defenders bite, and Tucker Mayo finds himself wide open, and Schrader just lays that throw right in his arms and able to pick up a big gain to set up the first score. But I like that Raiders just settled in and still are just playing their style of football, and they're not trying to do anything fancy that's not them. And, I mean, they're, I think, just really in control of this game so far.
Yeah, and just to describe that play for those who weren't watching at that point, which, by the way, I think, if I'm not mistaken, since we're on YouTube Live and everything, you can actually reverse and watch some of the earlier action here. But basically, first offensive play of the game for the Raiders after they were down 7-0, you had 4 receivers in a stack on the left side of the field, the near side of the field here, led by Wyatt Journey, by the way. So you had an offensive lineman who was actually the one who was on the line there. And then on the other side, you had Tucker Mayo by himself. You know, he starts out his route real slow and then immediately just takes off. And then you have a pump fake to the left side of the field because they were assuming, oh, well, the reason you lined up an offensive lineman over
They're
here
all gonna split,
is because, you're going to have a screenplay. And so when he pump action to the near side of the field with those 4 receivers, including the linemen, basically the safety just said, oh, man. And he just takes one step, and Mayo beats him over the top there for a 41-yard gain. That really set the tone. And until the final drive of the first half, Fayetteville City really didn't even put up a fight much. Now, on that final drive, they had a couple good plays, and they were able to force A.J. Bates to hit a 29-yard field goal. By the way, shameless plug for Bates there. 4th straight game with a field goal. I cannot remember. I've been covering since 2011. I cannot remember that happening a single time since then. No one has hit 4 field goals in 4 games in that span over the last 14 years.
Yeah, and I was going to mention, 29 yards, you're like, oh, that's a chip shot now, because we've been seeing him hit 40-plus. But, I mean, that's another great weapon that the Raiders have is for Bates' leg if they need to, if it comes down to it. Hey, you have confidence there, and he's getting the opportunity in these games because too many times I think some of these, especially in single-A ball, it may come down to a field goal, but how many times are they really getting that opportunity in game situations to try it out? He has been and been hitting consistently, so that's something that down the road when you anticipate them making some noise in the playoff rounds, then, hey, who knows? You've been in that situation. It doesn't feel so uncomfortable,
right.
I think, because you've had those chances already throughout some different games. So, I mean, just too many different things to talk about with the Raiders. The defense being solid, the offense really clicking and playing on all cylinders with so many options there, and then special teams as well. It's just, I mean, what's your better part of your game? You can't really pick it out. That's what's fun about this Raider team, and I think that's why there's something special about this team this year.
Once again, you're listening to the Sundrop halftime report here. Raiders lead 23-14 on the road over Fayetteville City at the half. The winner of this game will be the leader in Region 5-1A. heading into the season finale next week. Looking at the scoring summary so far, first drive of the game for Fayetteville City as Richland won the toss but chose to defer. It was 3 carries for Zion Najee, 63 yards in total, and a touchdown. So, Jennifer, he started off the night in impressive fashion.
Yeah, I know. Well, I was shocked. I mean, I knew he was probably their better athlete and stuff, and had looked at some of his stats and had talked with some of the guys today. And I told you on the ride over, we were talking and saying it's funny because I call them by name and they know him by number because that's what they have to do on the field. But I said, you guys got to shut him down. And they're like, yeah, we're going to key on him, but we just got to do our jobs. I told you that's always their answer. And I think just seeing him that first drive, I was like, wow, this is more than I was anticipating. And he's a good athlete. I just don't know why they didn't use him more in the second quarter. Good for us, good for the Richland defenders. But I really do think part of it's been the defense. They swapped some things up, and so he's not getting lanes as much as he had early on, but they also are just not using him as much.
Yeah. So it was 7-0 Fayetteville City after only a minute and a half of play. But then after a 3-play touchdown drive for Fayetteville City, the Raiders answered with their own 3-play touchdown drive, a 41-yard pass on the trick play from Gavin Schrader to Tucker Mayo, then 2 straight runs for Jake Sands. The second was a 19-yard rushing touchdown that made it 7-6 after the blocked extra point. Fayetteville City answered once again as Najee had a 51-yard rush on the first drive. He had a 51-yard rush on the second drive, so, we're talking about him having 151 yards tonight. 102 of them were on 2 plays. And so really, whenever people are saying, wow, how is that possible, it's largely been based on 2 plays. The 102 yards on 1 rush on the first drive and 1 rush on the second drive.
Well, and that's why you asked me that trivia, like how many, I said like 70. So I'd forgot that he had 2 of those, and so I was thinking about one of them. And I was like, no, you're right, that he had that other big drive, or the big rush as well, so doubled up on that. But yeah, he's a special player for City, but Raiders kind of made them switch their game plan, I think. I think it took them out of their game plan maybe.
And so then after they went up 14-6 on a 2-yard rushing touchdown by Zion Najee still in the first quarter, the Raiders answered back, getting the ball to start it at the 50, and then going 50 yards in the span of 6 plays, capped by a 2-yard rushing touchdown by A.J. Bates to pull within 1 at 14-13. Then Shooter Foster had probably the biggest defensive play of the night, the strip sack, in which he not only came up with the sack but also fell on the football to take the lead back, or excuse me, not the lead, but the ball back for the Raiders. And on that drive, they scored a touchdown. Jake Sands runs it in from 4 yards out for his second rushing touchdown of the night to lead 20-14. Fayetteville City is forced to punt after a personal foul that really is just unacceptable for the Tigers. And the Raiders capped the first half scoring with a 29-yard field goal for A.J. Bates. So that is how we got to where we're at. And we're going to take one final timeout before we come back to start the second half. Raiders lead 23-14 here on the Sundrop Halftime Report. We'll be back after a 3-minute timeout, back in 3 minutes here on KSR Sports.
We meet by accident, a play on words. But when you need us, we're there. Gerald's Auto Body and Gerald's Auto Repair is a trusted friend when you need auto repairs or auto body work. We specialize in making you feel at ease in a time that can be uncertain at best. We take the worry away and give you our very best. Gerald's Auto Body and Gerald's Auto Repair, a trusted friend when you need us. Call 363-0539 or drop by 716 North 1st Street, Pulaski.
This is Jill Kilburn with Big Green Dumpster. Whether you're cleaning out the garage or tackling a renovation, we've got you covered. We have 4 dumpster sizes, 11 to 30 yards. Order before 1 p.m. for same-day delivery. We offer demolition and junk removal. We offer a contractor's discount and include a direct text line for prompt service. Serving Middle Tennessee and North Alabama, our prices are online, so book now at biggreendumpster.pro or call 931-903-2424. Big Green Dumpster.
First National Bank is an independent community bank. Being independent allows us to be innovative, to adapt and respond quickly and efficiently to your financial needs. We know the needs of this area. Our interest and our loyalty are to the people who live and work here. They are more than names and faces. They're our friends and our neighbors. Together, we're making communities great. Member FDIC.
At Haney Realty and Property Management, we strive to work with all your real estate needs. Listing, buying, property management, or rental, we have got you covered. Call me, Daniel Haney, at 931-309-8291 or come by the office located at 109 South 1st Street in Pulaski, and one of our agents will be able to assist you. Our website is www.haneyrealtypm.com. Haney Realty and Property Management. We are your best friend in real estate.
For all your real estate, property management, and auction needs, contact Haney Realty Auction Company.
Attention Giles County residents, looking for your next career opportunity? Look no further than M&M Staffing, your trusted local staffing agency. Owner John Braden Harper and recruiters Cree Holt and Mercedes Houston are all proud members of Giles County who understand our community inside and out. At M&M Staffing, we're your neighbors supporting local schools, athletes, organizations, and causes that matter to you. Visit us on Facebook, step into our office, or apply online at mnmstaffing.net. You can also give us a call at 931-347-4255. M&M Staffing, your bridge to a brighter future in Giles County.
Natural gas safety tips brought to you by Pulaski Natural Gas. Call before you dig. Don't hit a buried gas line. Before you dig or move earth in any way, call your local one-call number or utility locator service. The location of buried natural gas lines, power lines, and other utilities so you can dig safely. These tips are brought to you by Pulaski Natural Gas, 363-1752, 363-1752.
And we're back here as the Raiders lead 23-14 at the half. That was our Sundrop halftime report. Thanks to all of the sponsors that make KSR Sports possible, as the Richland Raiders and the Fayetteville City Tigers have really done a great job of making sure fans got their money's worth here tonight. If you like offense, it was a great first half for that, Jennifer. And the Raiders, after leading by 9 at the half, now have the ball first to start the third period. Suddenly, that choice to defer to the second half looking really smart for Nick Patterson and the Raiders.
Well, I'm sure that's exactly what he was wanting, was to look smart.
Yeah, you're a little bit too quiet there, Jennifer. Pull it closer to your mouth.
I don't know what's going on in my headset, so.
Sorry.
I'm telling you, it's twice in one night somebody said I'm too quiet. Somebody needs to mark that down.
You'll never hear it again.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what's going on, but there we go.
We have just a second now, so wanted to give a quick birthday shout-out to my beautiful wife, Bethany Mize, who turns 29 today, an age she will continue to be for the next 20 years.
That's how old I am, Mark, with a few years' experience. Absolutely. Happy birthday, Bethany. So we hope it's a good one.
The reason that I get to do these games, obviously we have two young kids, Xavier and Zena, who we love, is partially because of the fact that, you know, she's willing to stay with them on the nights that I do these. So really appreciate her more than anything in the world. Best person I've ever met. So thank you, Bethany, and hope that you have a great birthday. We're going to celebrate tomorrow, hopefully also celebrating a Richland victory.
Absolutely. As the kickoff, again, another little pooch kick. Tucker Mayo grabs it and gets a nice little return, sets up good field position here for the Raiders in the second half.
1st and 10 at their own 47. Raiders with the football. As you said, another short field. They've started one drive at the 50, one drive in opponent's territory, and now one at their own 47. Hard to stop them when you give them half a field. Levi Reedy up the middle. Reedy spins, fighting, but probably only picks up a yard, maybe a yard and a half on the play.
They call Sands on the PA.
A little bigger than Sands.
I started to say they're not paying attention there at all because, yeah, that's
Sands
totally
plus
different
40
builds.
pounds.
So.
Once again, though, I think this is.
We know who it is.
Oh, wow. By the way, they actually ended up. Yeah, never mind. They're going to say it's a 4-yard gain. I'm bad at math.
No, you're not.
Second and 6. Second and 6 now for the Raiders. Shotgun, pistol formation. Sands is your deep back. Sands gets the handoff. Sands so shifty there, shifts to his left, and then he's going to get down around the 45, so it'll be 3rd and short for Richland. It looks like the Raiders trying to lean on that run game to start the third period, leading by 9.
And I think that's what we really kind of expected here for them to come out this second half, is to manage the clock, not get in a big, huge hurry, let the run game just do its thing, and they don't have to pick up big yards at a time, but just enough to keep the chains moving.
3rd and 3 for the Raiders. Almost feels kind of like 4-down territory here now that you're on your opponent's side of the 50. Shotgun formation, man in motion. Jumping off sides is a Fayetteville City player. And I'll tell you, I almost wish they hadn't whistled that dead. It wasn't any unimpeded player to the quarterback, and you get a free play there. You might be looking at Gavin Schrader to Hudson Griggs for 6, Jennifer.
Yeah, I was really wanting to see what that play developed into.
Oh, wow. They called that against Richland. I was way off there.
Well, I just fixed I was
he
like,
jumped
I thought
off
one of
sides,
us
but I
jumped,
guess he was drawn off by
drawn.
the movement of the Raider player. So good job, Mark, there as you went 3 sentences into a call that was incorrect. 3rd and 8 on the play now. So now a little bit of a different situation. Could you imagine? Probably might be a pass play here. 3 receivers, far side. Schrader back to pass. Schrader looking to his right, though, looking to Sands. Sands at the sideline. Ooh, it is picked off. Or is it?
Did he complete the catch?
Yeah, I was about to say, Sands was fighting for it. So they're going to say incomplete. So that's good for the Raiders there. Really great job by Sands as Jaden Thomas there had the ball, was going to have intercepted it, and basically Sands said, I can play defensive back too. Was able to rip it away from him just enough as he went out of bounds, but now Raiders looking to punt with 9:48 remaining in the 3rd. Bates is back. Bates, kick high. Rolls out of bounds right at the 20.
One of those, I wasn't even sure if he got full leg on that, but he is so powerful with his kicks that it just goes so high in the air. He still is able to get good distance out of it. I could turn that into a quadratic equation for you pretty quick, but I don't think anybody wants that tonight, Mark. But so I'll save it for myself. I'll enjoy it.
I can spell quadratic equation, but I don't know what that is.
Well, you just witnessed it in real time there.
1st and 10 at the 20.
I guarantee you if some of my guys listen to this back, they'll be like, seriously, Miss Hawkins, you got to turn everything into math.
You got to respect it. 1st and 10 at their own 20 now. Pistol formation. Would expect we see a larger dose of Zion Najee here in the second half, but this actually will be a play action out to Thomas. Thomas, though, spun around and then is leveled by his own player.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, goodness gracious.
He goes to change field direction and runs into basically a brick wall of his own side and, bounces off. And
I've been complimenting this Fayetteville City offensive line strength
big,
and size tonight. And Jaden Thomas of the Fayetteville City Tigers got to see it up close and personal there on what was only a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9, shotgun formation for Barnett alongside Najee. This is going to be one of those little pitch pass plays there. Oh, and brought down with a vicious blow to the knee there is number 9, Trez Brown on the short shovel pass.
And I believe, Wyatt Journey, I think, was who got the tackle in.
They may have actually say that might have lost a yard on the play. So 3rd and long, and once again, why are you making this more difficult than it has to be? Is Najee banged up? Is he injured?
That's all I'm wondering. I'm like, maybe something happened to him because I really don't understand it.
Yeah, once again, a young man who had 139 yards in the first quarter is now big sack here as A.J. Bates and 2 other Raiders end up sacking Barnett, and another failed drive for Fayetteville City because the Richland defensive front, Jennifer, just getting too much pressure.
Yeah, Bates stands him up, and then his teammates come in, and I think it was Tucker Mayo. I didn't catch the other, but, man, I
think it was Journey, wasn't it?
Yeah, they had nowhere to go. I think you're right, but, goodness. What a hit.
4th and 15 for Fayetteville City. So it looks like initially we're going to see a pair of punts to start the second half. Oh, this one might end up getting blocked again. I'll tell you, they are not doing a good job on the blocking there, and actually a flag is Did I see a flag come down as well?
I saw something fly, but I don't see it now on the field.
Yeah,
unless
penalty
it was
flag.
from the side judge.
Yeah, penalty flag is down the play, but for the second time, Sands comes through the line unimpeded there off the edge. He's in the gunner position and just, I mean, if you're Fayetteville City, you got to make sure you get a hat on a player. So it's going to be a legal formation, Fayetteville City, but doesn't really matter. Raiders actually like the positive field position more than the chance to let them punt again. Although if you let them punt again, maybe you end up blocking it.
You get a hand on it this time, but why risk it, though, because they might get off a really good punt. And Raiders have, like you said, already on their side of the field. So
last week, 3 of the 4 touchdowns versus Summertown started in opponent's territory. Tonight, the Raiders have had 4 drives in which they started at their own 47 or closer to the opponent's end zone. Shotgun formation. Schrader hands off here to A.J. Bates. Bates, wow, what a play by Bates. This young man cannot be stopped as he should have been stopped for a 1-yard loss. And yet, we're looking at second and short, Jennifer.
And the crowd loves it. I mean, you hear the cowbells going and the excitement. There's just something about just that smash mouth, head down, barreling football.
Oh, they're
that
actually
people
late in the game. They're actually going to say, sorry to interrupt you there, but
No,
late in
that's
the game, they're actually going to call it a Winterburn and Associates first down. They end up saying he did
just
get
enough. Gets
But
the chains moved. That's just pure effort.
There has been no one that I can ever remember who every time he gets a chance has wanted it more than A.J. Bates. First and 10 at the opponent's 34, twin back set. It's Bates and Sands alongside Schrader, but we're going to see a timeout for the Raiders. Patterson, the folks may not have liked the call they had in there with a first and 10 situation, so they will call a timeout. We'll take one as well. 23-14, Raiders on top with 6:26 remaining in the third. Back in 30 seconds here on KSR Sports.
Attention Giles County residents, looking for your next career opportunity? Look no further than M&M Staffing, your trusted local staffing agency. Owner John Braden Harper and recruiters Cree Holt and Mercedes Houston are all proud members of Giles County who understand our community inside and out. At M&M Staffing, we're your neighbors supporting local schools, athletes, organizations, and causes that matter to you. Visit us on Facebook, step into our office, or apply online at mnmstaffing.net. You can also give us a call at 931-347-4255. M&M Staffing, your bridge to a brighter future in Giles County.
And we're back here on WKSR Sports. 23-14, the Raiders are on top over Fayetteville City here on the road. Winner of tonight's game will be in first place here in the Region 5A standings. First and 10 for Richland at the opponent's 34. Handoff Jake Sands. Sands up the middle. Kind of looked like another horse collar there, as they're going to pick up about 2, maybe 3 on the game.
We were talking in that halftime, Elijah Watkins, our producer, said every time the fans go wild, it shakes the camera a little bit. Hey, you're just getting real feel experience here from what's happening.
It's not because it's so cold that Jennifer is chattering her teeth enough to shake
No, I'm
it.
actually doing okay. I still have one blanket left, too, so.
Second and 8 for the Raiders. Schrader, he'll pass this time. Rolling left. Schrader has a man. It's Sands. Saw that play earlier. Works again for a Winterburn and Associates Insurance. First down, Raiders inside the opponent's 10.
Making it look easy, too, Mark. I mean, honestly.
On that crossing pattern, no one ever picks him up. Either that or he just outruns them all.
Well, and they've run that play enough that it should be on a highlight somewhere that teams should be scouting that out.
You would think. You would be wrong.
I try not to do that too much, Mark, but
I get that. I've been there. First and goal at, I think that's about the 7. It's hard to see from this angle here. Handoff Sands. Sands up the middle, has a head of steam. I'm going to say he's down to about the 4.
So Raiders threatening again is started with that short field.
So second and goal at the 5 is what they'll call it here. 4:43 remaining in the third quarter, and once again, all the running that these teams have done tonight has led to the clock continuing to run. And pretty quick ball game suddenly. If the Raiders score here, this game is really starting to get away from the City Tigers. Handoff to Sands. Sands, can he get to the pylon? Sands kind of jumps, hurdles sideways over a defender. He's going to be tackled at the 1.
So coming up just a bit short. See what Patterson and the crew will dial up here on 3rd and goal from the 1.
We've seen Sands in the passing game more than we have the last few weeks. And also, it looks like he's coming off the field here on 3rd and goal at the 1.
I think you go jumbo set here.
Oh, yeah. And A.J. Bates already has a 2-yard rushing touchdown tonight and a field goal. Go ahead and give him another. Touchdown, that is, not a field goal. Don't do that. 3rd and goal on the 1. Schrader under center. This one's going to be a pitch, actually. Pitch goes for a touchdown there. Getting up
is that Tucker Mayo?
Is Tucker Mayo,
yes,
a 1-yard rushing touchdown. That'll go down as a first Realty Group touchdown, Raiders. So Richland trying to push it out to a 16-point lead.
You know, Mayo, we said, is kind of that 5th running back option that he doesn't get used quite as much, but he's kind of the combo of the 2 sets because he's got good speed and such, but also has a lot of good power as well, as Bates is able to tack on another.
I believe, though, if I'm not mistaken, including defensive touchdowns, that's his 4th touchdown of the year. So Tucker Mayo takes it in from 1 yard out on 3rd and goal, and the Raiders now lead 30-14 with 3:29 remaining in the 3rd. We'll be back after a 30-second timeout here on KSR Sports.
Attention Giles County residents looking for
Natural gas safety tips brought to you by Pulaski Natural Gas. Call before you dig. Don't hit a buried gas line. Before you dig or move earth in any way, call your local one-call number or utility locator service. They can tell you the location of buried natural gas lines, power lines, and other utilities so you can dig safely. These tips are brought to you by Pulaski Natural Gas, 363-1752, 363-1752.
And we're back here. Raiders up 30-14 after that 1-yard rushing touchdown for Tucker Mayo. Elijah Watkins, our producer here tonight, made a salient point there. Is the Raider stands more full than Fayetteville City's? I believe it is. A very home game environment here over to the east of Giles County, as the Raiders now up 16 points, and they have now scored 24 unanswered, Jennifer. So on a pooch kick down to Tez Brown. Brown is stuck by who else? Tucker Mayo. Not only good at running the ball in, he's good at stopping the opponents from doing just that.
How many times do we get to say that on a lot of these guys? You know, they play special teams, they play defense, they play offense. Too many good athletes.
Oh, and there's a penalty against Fayetteville.
So that's going to
block in the back. I think it was 10 yards.
Push them back. So just good stick, like you said, by Mayo, and then tack on the yards for the penalty.
Yeah, I mean, this just has not been the same Fayetteville City team that we saw in the first quarter. The body language isn't the same. The game planning from the coaches isn't the same. I mean, this is a City team that really put it to Huntland and Cornersville. You saw how much they could score, but now suddenly they have to score every drive from here on out, even to have a chance. Here's Najee up the middle, and just why would you not have done this every play? He gets out to the 44.
Well, it's kind of like you and I were mentioning at halftime, like, why do you not give him the ball? Not that we want City to do anything well, but, I mean, I just don't understand it. Colin Cagle in on the tackle.
He had more yards on that run than he had in the entire second quarter.
Yep.
I mean,
do they continue
really
with it? That's the question.
They do. I guarantee they will. Oh, actually, never mind. I was wrong. Play action to Black. Black gets hit hard. He actually stays on his feet, though, there. Shooter Foster helps bring him down, and then a Fayetteville City player gets decked after the play. gain of 9, 2nd and 1. So suddenly it looks like Fayetteville City has finally woken up. But is it too late? 2:20 remaining in the third quarter. Richland up by 16. Fayetteville City showing some urgency here. Back to the line, shotgun formation. They also have a tight end in. This one's going to be a play action. They hit Black again. Another first down out to about the 40.
Yeah, and suddenly seeing a little bit of rhythm for the offensive side of City. Started with that Najee run, and then Barnett able to connect, moving chains. But like you said, as it's under 2 minutes left in the third, and defensively, City hadn't had an answer for Richland. A little too late, maybe.
But they need minimum 2, if not 3 stops. Najee gets caught in the backfield, is able to string it out to the sideline and pick up a couple yards. A little jawing there to the Raiders sideline after the play. Going to pick up 2.
Foster on the push out for the Raiders. Goodness, how many times have we called that name tonight, too? He's really just been everywhere on defense.
Shotgun formation. Najee handoff. Najee up the middle. Najee fighting off Foster. Tarpley comes in and finishes the job, but it's going to be near a first down, 3rd and short. Wait. Yeah, it's 3rd. Okay, I was about to say the near side ref here. Not ref, but the down marker guy. Well, he changed
just
it back
swapped
to
it back
second.
to second.
No, it's 3rd.
It's
He's
3rd.
wrong.
Yeah, no, he put it back to 3rd.
Yeah, don't listen to that guy. 3rd and 3 now. Big opportunity. It probably is 4-down territory from here on out for Fayetteville City, as they know they need to score every drive and then get at least 2 stops to have a chance to win this one. Barnett hands it off to Najee. Najee just does such a good job of finding holes there in the offensive line. And now it's fumbled. It will be fumbled out of bounds. 3rd fumble of the night for Fayetteville City. The Tigers will keep the ball, though, after the first down.
And who was in on that tackle with the knockout? None other than Shooter Foster. Comes across, and I know they picked up the first down, but, man, he just uses that big old mitt and knocks that ball loose. If he has just a little more space, that could be a Richland recovery, because they're just attacking, knocking the ball out.
1st and 10 at the opponent's 12. It's going to be a little pitch pass there to Thomas. Thomas string it to the sideline. Thomas is going to waltz in for 6. That'll go down as a 12-yard touchdown pass on the little jet sweep pitch forward from Niles Barnett to Jaden Thomas.
So Tigers not going to go quietly tonight, as they really did struggle through the second quarter and the opening of the third, but are able to string some things together here offensively at the end of the third quarter.
Raiders still have a chance to steal back momentum here. Fayetteville City down by 10, has to go for 2 on this and the next touchdown, just in order to get back even in terms of extra points. Barnett is trying to get his tight end to motion. Barnett back to pass, fires, has a man. Will they say he caught it? They will, as the 2-point conversion pass to, who was that on the other side?
Yeah, I can't see that far over.
To Wilson.
The PA says
Jericho Wilson.
I should say it looked like 8. Yeah, Wilson is 8.
So they do get back within 8 to end that drive with 8 points there on the 12-yard passing touchdown to Thomas, and then a 2-point conversion throw, as it's 30-22 with 25 seconds remaining in the third quarter. We'll be back after a 30-second timeout here on KSR Sports.
When it comes to your family's health, you can count on Southern Tennessee Regional Health System Pulaski. We're focused on keeping you at your best with annual screenings and preventative care. Having a family doctor helps you stay healthy, so our Southern Tennessee Medical Group makes it easy to find one. Call 1-800-424-DOCS. That's 1-800-424-3627, or visit southerntmpulaski.com to find a primary care physician.
Back here with 25 seconds remaining in the third quarter, 30-22. The Richland Raiders lead here at Fayetteville City. If I'm the Tigers, I'm thinking about potentially an onside kick here, as you have stopped Richland a total of 1 time tonight. Richland with 4 touchdowns, a field goal, and 1 punt. So really the best play you can make is keeping the offense off the field.
Yeah, risk it here because field position really hasn't mattered.
Yeah, look at how he's lining up. This is an onside. Raiders need to get up there and be ready. This is definitely an onside. Sure enough, oh, good onside too, but an even better recovery there by, who was that?
Chase Thomason.
Chase Thomason. What a play by Thomason there. As it one-hops him, and he just takes it into the gut and just falls to the turf there.
Exactly how you're taught to do that on an onside. Don't try to do anything fancy with it. Just recover the ball and let your offense do the work.
And so once again, the Raiders with fortuitous starting field position. They have it at the 50-yard line. I put in my notes at the opponent's 50, but that's nearly really right. That's neutral territory. First and 10.
Which side of the 50 is it on?
First and 10 at the 50. Levi Reedy is your running back. Would imagine he might get a heavy dose on this drive. Reedy watching his offensive lineman there, and then finally makes his decision. Picks up about 3 yards on the play. Would imagine that's going to be your last play of the third quarter. 8 seconds and counting here.
Yeah, no need if you're the Raiders to rush this, and just let's take it into fourth quarter.
Indeed it will. So 30-22 is your score. Raiders on top here in this region bout between the first and second place team here in region play. We'll be back after a 1-minute timeout here on KSR Sports.
First Realty Group has been serving Giles and Lawrence County and beyond for decades. We're first because we have the best selection of land, homes, and commercial properties to choose from. Our fair price promise means you can shop with peace of mind locally and with customer care not found elsewhere. We also understand the buying process and what it takes to make it easy, from title to escrow to closing. First Realty Group. First for a reason. Visit frg1.com for all of your buying needs in Giles County.
And we're back here to start the third period. I believe that was a pass from Gavin Schrader to Colin Cagle, correct?
Yeah, fourth period though, Mark.
Oh, fourth period.
Yeah.
Did I say third? I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I was trying to make sure I caught the play because it was happening as I was turning the dials back up. My apologies. But yeah, starting the fourth period, Colin Cagle gets the pass there. That's a first down, a Winterburn and Associates Insurance first down, Raiders. But if you're Richland, don't snap the ball till it's low. Why are we snapping it with 12 seconds? Hand off to Sands up the middle. Sands picks up 2 yards on the gain, and then a Fayetteville City player dives on the pile twice after the play. This isn't pro wrestling. I'm not sure what we're doing here. But am I not wrong by that?
Yeah, it looked like it was a little bit late.
Well,
yeah.
Not just that, though. Why are we snapping the ball with 12 seconds left?
Yeah, we could be taking more time off. I mean, you could have another.
That's the only thing I really don't get is
almost
you have
20 seconds off those last 2 plays.
Yeah, you have to be in those guys' ears saying, hey, we're at my 8. Our offense is churning right now.
Don't need to rush.
We're just running out this clock, and we're running to victory here. I was about to say, they haven't really proved that they could stop us. And now, finally, there's only 3 seconds left on the clock for this one. Almost going to delay a game. Play action. Schrader, having to run for his life here. Fires back to Cam Drake. Is it going to be complete? I think they're going to say it was complete for about a 1-yard gain, but there is a flag down on the play. So Drake does catch that one, but an ineligible man downfield for the Raiders.
Yeah, and part of that was just they were having to hurry up and rush. I'm not sure everybody knew what the play call was. And so one of your linemen drifted a little too far.
The thing is, though, if I'm Fayetteville City, I almost declined that and set up 3rd and 7. Now it's 2nd and 13. And if the Raiders get a sizable chunk here, you're going to look silly.
Yeah, because they've had time to kind of reset and refocus now. So.
Yeah, I probably take the down there. Don't give the Raiders more time to take time off the clock, too. Play action. They're going to fire to Griggs. Griggs, it's a little screenplay here. Griggs gets a nice little run here, and it's actually going to end up being about where it would have been anyway on 3rd down.
Great spin move there by Griggs on the sideline to pick up the extra.
Yeah. 6-yard gain. That'll bring up 3rd and 7. So literally the same thing it would have been 2 plays ago. But you let them take 20 extra seconds off the clock, though, by playing an extra down.
We'll take it.
3-dimensional chess there.
Got to always think a few steps ahead, right?
3 receivers near side, shotgun formation. A.J. Bates in there to block for Schrader. Schrader looks like he wants to fire to Sands. Oh, now he's going deep on Sands. Sands gets tripped up there. Are they interested in throwing a flag? Doesn't look like they initially are. Looks like the feet of the receiver and the defensive back just kind of got tangled up. 4th and 7 now. If you're the Raiders, I feel like you go for this. You're in opponent's territory here.
Well, not the best series the Raiders have had tonight. And I think they're going to go for it because Bates is your punter, and he's just jogged off to the sideline. So, and Schrader's staying in, getting the play call. So 4th and 7, big call here for the Raiders.
So it's actually going to be an empty set in the backfield. Schrader, it looks like he's trying to potentially get him to jump off sides there. And now we're going to have a timeout for the Raiders here for them to think this one over. It looked initially like they just wanted to get to the line quickly, maybe get it from a 4th and 7 to a 4th and 2 with an offsides. But Fayetteville City did not bite.
So Wisely going to call this timeout. Slow it down a little bit because this is big play here, or are they going to come out in punt formation as I'm looking? No, Bates is still on the sideline, so they're going to run this play. What are you going to dial up here 4th and 7, Mark?
I think you have that drag play across with Sands. I know that you've ran a lot. The only thing I don't like...
But it's worked. I mean, yeah.
The only thing I don't like about that last passing play is I like that you stack this side of the field and then you have Sands out on his lonesome there and you're hoping you're getting single coverage. But the thing is, Schrader looked to that side and then he started to roll out to that side. And in that moment, you know he's going to Sands and Sands alone. And so the safety comes down. And I don't know. I think it was just too obvious where Schrader was going the whole time there. Shotgun formation, one of the biggest plays of the night. Schrader rolls. Schrader fires. Has Sands. Sands, catch! First down, Raiders! That's a Winterburn and Associates Insurance. First down, Raiders.
So like we said, 4th and 7, big play, big delivery as Schrader is able to connect with Sands, moves the chains, keeps the clock going as the clock is, another factor in this game as it ticks down to about 9.5 here in the 4th quarter.
And who else do you go to with the game on the line but Jake Sands, a senior, one of the best receivers in program history.
Well, you just put it up and he goes and gets it.
Yeah. And it was a little bit of a high pass, but just so consistent there. It's going to be a handoff this time. That is a short gain there. Did you catch who that was on the run?
Is it Reedy?
That is Reedy. Levi Reedy picks up about 4 yards on the carry, and that's all you got to do. Just keep positive progress, taking time off the clock. You score here suddenly. Does Fayetteville City even have enough time, Jennifer?
Well, I think the Raiders just don't get in a big hurry here and take another couple minutes and then punch it in. That possibly could seal it, but there's still a lot of ball left to play here.
Pistol formation. Schrader hands off to Sands. Sands just find a little room to work there. picks up one, maybe two. Brings up another key play here, though, on third down.
Third and about 4, so you just need to pick up. But all this is 4-down territory here as, I mean, of course, you got field goal, too, to make it a 2-possession game.
Yeah, but
you really don't want to do that.
High school field goals, though, you know, is the snap good? Is the hold good? Can
Well,
the line keep it from being blocked?
Sometimes it's weird, too, because if you're closer in, the angles are different.
Looks like Bates may get the carry here. Bates has been a strong runner here tonight. Bates fights forward. I don't initially think he has enough. There is a flag down on the play.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a hold on Richland.
Face mask. I think that's a face mask on the defense.
Oh, it is. You're right. I missed that, but
also, by the way, it was way closer than a first down than I thought.
So it is face mask on the defense. Under 8 minutes. And that will be a first down, half the distance. So that ball is going to be right at about the 4.5. Yep.
By the way, that was going to be 4th and 1. Bates did end up getting 3 yards on the play.
Short.
He was just barely short. I actually thought he got stopped closer to the original line. But 4th and no longer a 4th down. We're going to look at first down here. Bates up the middle, cuts. Bates charging forward. He's down inside the 1. And that's better because you take more time off the clock. 2nd and goal at the 1 with 7:20 remaining in the 4th quarter. Raiders lead 30-22.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. I'm watching the audience here. You know, the
audience?
fans. I couldn't come up with the word. The fans are all leaning with him, and I'm like, you don't really have to score here yet because you can get a lot more time off the clock. So they're an audience. They're watching.
Second and goal at the 1. Wishbone set. Bates dives. Touchdown, Raiders. A First Realty Group touchdown on another 1-yard plunge from A.J. Bates, his 2nd rushing score of the night.
So that is a big score for the Raiders as the clock definitely a factor against City.
Bates kick is good. That will extend the lead back out to 37-22. Raiders up by 15 with just 6:41 remaining in the 4th. We'll be back after a 30-second timeout here on KSR Sports.
Fans, from the coin toss to the final quarter, stay refreshed with an ice cold Coca-Cola as you cheer on the Raiders. Just head to the concession stand and grab the perfect refreshment to share with fellow fans. Share a Coke with a teammate, a rival, or friend this season. Thank you for choosing Pulaski Coca-Cola. It's time to load up on the best snacks and some delicious ice cold Coke for all your game day guests. Nothing tastes like everyone you love and everything you like coming together. Coca-Cola. Together taste better.
And we're back here as the Raiders lead 37-22 with 6:41 remaining in the 4th. I'm Mark Mize. She's Jennifer Hawkins. Raiders looking to take over first position here in Region 5 1A. And they're just one defensive stop or 6 minutes and 41 seconds away from doing just that here.
Yeah, so Bates able to finish off the drive, but I tell you, I can't say it enough. It's just team effort is exactly what is happening here for the Raiders.
This one kind of pooched once again down to about the 26 where Fayetteville City will return. And then, wow, a swarm of Raiders on the special team unit. Bring him down not more than a 2-yard return on the play.
Kason Yoakley, yet again, he's had some big tackles on special teams on the returns tonight as he is able to just fight through and is finding his way down the field quickly and making first contact. But he's had really good hits on those kickoffs.
So it will be 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line. Fayetteville City needs to score, and if they want to stay in this ball game, they need to score quickly here. Only 6:34 left for them to score 15 points. Shotgun formation, handoff Najee. Najee is stood up by Mayo, but then bounces off of it, gets it to the outside to the sideline. That's going to be enough for a first down for Fayetteville City.
Pushed out finally by Tarpley on the far sideline.
First and 10 at their own 42. Najee up over 200 yards rushing tonight. Has 2 rushing touchdowns. Pistol formation. Najee is your deep back. Tied into the right side. Najee, he'll run it right up the middle. Najee just breaks right through, then runs over a defender, and he'll have a first down into opponent's territory. Down inside the 40.
And we've got a Raider a little slow getting up. I think that's Trip Helton.
One thing I think you need to do here if you're the Raiders is you don't have to stop them from scoring, but you need to at least slow them down and make them waste some more time on the clock.
Yeah, he's just taking it up the gut and moving the ball quickly as we're going to get a pause in the game as they take a look. Helton was in on that tackle and it kind of went in awkwardly, and so hopefully it's nothing serious.
Just got an update from Chandler Harmon, our good friend who covers Giles County, not broadcasting, that's JP and Chris, but Chandler covers it for the newspaper, says Giles County now down by 3, though, to Forest in the second half. As new the Rockets, I'll be honest, I thought the Rockets might threaten for the region championship. They're really out of that picture now as they've only lost 1 region game, but it was to Sequatchie. But Quincy Mitchell, only a sophomore, and threatening for a 3,000-yard season during his sophomore campaign. Those are what we call Derrick Henry numbers in high school back when he played in 3A high school in Florida.
As a sophomore, that's unbelievable numbers. So Trip Helton is able to get up and walk off on his own power, so good to see there. Probably just a little stinger.
Another handoff, Najee. Najee. This time they will stop him short of the first down, but another quality run there from the junior. And once again, he'll be back next year.
Tucker Mayo along with a few other Raiders, because I tell you, it's not typically solo tackles that's going to bring Najee down.
2nd and 3 here. Najee off the right side. Najee, once again, just running free here, is tackled kind of awkwardly there, but he'll have another first down inside the red zone.
And that is Cam Drake proving me wrong, because I just said no solo tackles, and Drake is able to make a good open field tackle.
But once again, this comes back to, I mean, it's so easy to say to be the armchair quarterback. But man, why did Najee get more carries in the second and third quarter? I know some of it was because of the situation they found themselves in, but you know how they got themselves in that situation?
Because they didn't
not handing him the ball on first down.
Run the ball.
Yeah, well, you have 2nd and 15 because he didn't get the ball on first down. So really just, I mean,
puzzling.
Borderline malpractice here to not let a guy who is averaging over 10 yards per carry tonight be the workhorse that you know he can be.
I truly wonder if maybe he was a little bit injured or something.
Yeah, and
that's
could be
all
the
I
case.
can figure. And then they were able to tape him up or something at half. But regardless, the game has lived up to the hype that we anticipated tonight, that we knew it was going to be a tough matchup. 5:15 left for the Raiders as they do lead by 15 points. Going to have to slow the efforts here by the Tigers just a bit. I know that time is on the side of the Raiders, but you do want to kind of slow them down here and keep them, and more importantly, maybe keep them out of the end zone, but don't let them score quickly if you happen to give something up.
1st and 10 at the opponent's about 14-yard line. This is going to be a pitch forward to Thomas. This was a touchdown play earlier. This time gets a sizable gain as well. About 2nd and 5.
So that brings up second down, but more importantly, time's ticking away.
Under 5 minutes now. Najee up the middle. Najee fighting forward. I don't think he had enough for a first down there, so the clock continues to run, and it'll be 3rd and short. Really good series of downs here for the Raiders. They may not stop them from scoring here.
But it's
they're
forcing
doing
a lot of
important
time,
work.
yeah.
This one is going to be a pitch to Thomas once again. Ooh, Thomas, though, brought down by Tucker Mayo. And that'll be a tackle for a huge loss there. 4th down. And it's probably long enough that you might have to pass on the play. And Thomas, who hate to see that, it looks like he was injured there as he came down awkwardly. Mayo basically jumped on his back and just rode him to the ground. What a play by Mayo, though. I mean, just picking the right angle and just busting through there. And, I mean, that was probably the most impressive tackle of the night. Really hate that it looks like it may have led to an injury for Thomas, because obviously that's not what anyone here wants to see tonight. And Thomas is now jogging off under his own strength.
So good to see him back up, yeah, because he's been a key factor for the Tigers. And, I mean, I never want to see anybody injured.
Of course not.
At all. But, yeah, just a great takedown by Mayo. And Thomas just went down awkwardly, kind of twisted strangely. So good to see him, though, backing up.
So that was a 4-yard loss on the play. 4th and 7 now, and you probably don't feel comfortable running the ball on 4th and 7.
So big play here for the Raider defense.
Raiders, though, are stacking the box here. Oh, it is going to be play action. They're going to fire. They have a man there. It's the defensive end / the tight end. And I think he had enough for a first down, not enough for a touchdown. Yep, that will be enough for a first down. So Raiders could have potentially won the game on that play. But as is, Fayetteville City will keep this one alive.
But didn't get in the end zone. So, again, tick, tick, tick goes the clock. Tigers just taking way too long.
Najee definitely getting this carry. Oh, never mind. I was wrong. Barnett with a little pitch. Intercepted! The Raiders take back possession as a bit of a trick play there is intercepted by Levi Reedy. Oh, my goodness, Jennifer.
And there goes a flag as – wait, what are they calling?
Well, it's got to be after the play.
It's got to be after the play, but, yeah, Reedy just steps in the lane and picks it off as Barnett spins out, tries to go play action. And Levi Reedy with the big interception.
Unbelievable there. That's a game winner for Levi Reedy. And so basically for those who didn't get a chance to see really well since it's on the far side there, what happens on that play is initially they fake the handoff. Barnett acts like he's going to run for it, but right as he gets the line, he's going to pitch it forward to his tight end. But Reedy sniffs it out. Reedy runs in front of the tight end, takes possession there, and this is actually going to be a personal foul against Fayetteville City. And so that's not only going to give the Raiders the football, but they're not going to have the football at like the 5. They're going to have it at about the 21. Excuse me. Whoa, now we're going to see another penalty flag. Interesting. Well, I don't understand.
I think they broke the
with too many people.
Too many men on the field. Yeah, they broke the huddle with too many men. So marching forward, marching back. That's probably going to seal the game, Mark, as 3:24. Raiders do lead by 2 possessions, 37-22. Big pick by the senior Levi Reedy.
This one's just going to be a pitch to Sands. Sands up the middle. Just taking some time off the clock here, 3:20 and counting.
Fully expect we're going to see a big dose of running game the rest of this. So just, take care of the ball. That's all you got to do. And take care of your emotions. This is a big game. It's we've seen little moments where it's getting a little mouthy chippy going on, and I know Fayetteville City's a little frustrated with the way things have gone here, and so you got to kind of keep your cool heads about you to finish this game out.
5-yard run there for Jake Sands makes it 2nd and 10 Raiders after that penalty. Once again, want to thank all of our fantastic sponsors who make these broadcasts possible here on KSR Sports as the Raiders lead 37-22 with exactly 3 minutes remaining. But some of those fantastic sponsors include, as I scroll on my phone looking for my notes, good job, Mark. Great lead in. Dadgummit. I had that planned much better in my head. There we go. So those great sponsors who make this possible: Reeves Drugstore, Clay Doggett State Representative, Employee Resource Credit Union, M&M Staffing, May Oil Company, Pulaski Natural Gas, Southern Tennessee Regional Health System, Haney Realty, Winterburn and Associates Insurance, PES Energize, First Realty Group, Gerald's Auto Body. Here's a run on the play for the Raiders. It's still fighting forward here. That's going to be another Winterburn and Associates Insurance first down for the Raiders on the handoff to Colin Cagle. Real quick, last few there on the list are after PES. You have First Realty Group, Gerald's Auto Body, First National Bank, Sundrop, Murray Chevrolet, and Big Green Dumpster. It takes 2 downs to name off all our sponsors. That's how much people love
I was sort of say,
Raider football.
That's a good list right there. Colin Cagle on the pickup moves the chains for the Raiders.
1st and 10 at their own 36 now. Raiders taking it down under 5 seconds. It's going to be a handoff. Is that Bates? I think initially that may have been Bates. And more flags down after the play, extracurriculars.
That was Bates. Yeah, comes in from the far judge. Yeah, I'm curious how long these last 2 minutes may take.
A while.
They could.
Is that personal foul?
On the Raiders?
Yeah.
Ooh, not something you want to see
that's not
here.
something. I know it's been chippy tonight, but don't want to give the ball back.
I mean, yeah, you're winning. So just let the scoreboard do your talking for you and move on. Finish out these last 2 minutes.
And I think that's going to make it 2nd and 22. They still have it as first down. So I guess it wasn't after the play. Maybe that was a block in the back.
It's hard to see from the back. I don't get to see the calls.
This one is a pitch to Cagle. Once again, though, anyone that has extra downs is good for the Raiders.
I was like, why'd they stop the clock? But there's a timeout on the field, Mark, so they do that when there's a timeout.
They do sometimes.
On occasion.
Raiders lead 37-22 with 1:57 remaining in the fourth. So Raider defense will give up a season high in points tonight, 22. Crazy that that's been their season high. And yet,
impressive is what that is, yeah.
With a pair of really key turnovers there. Shooter Foster with the strip sack, and then Levi Reedy picks off the pass on a little bit of a triple option trick play there for City. Once again, 1st and goal at the 3, though. Coming back to it. You're thinking too hard. You hand it off to Najee. Why are you play action doing a little like quarterback pitch play when you need 3 yards and you have a guy who's averaged over 10 yards per carry?
Probably something they'll be asking themselves in that coaches meeting this weekend on the City side, but congrats to the Raiders for, sticking with it early on. Found themselves in a hole down and didn't go into panic mode at all.
Yeah, think about that. They're on a 31-8 run right now.
Yeah.
And that's been the difference. Wishbone formation for the Raiders. Play action. Oh, man, they're going to fire to Sands. They got Sands open. They got Sands for a Winterburn and Associates Insurance first down. As even out of the Wishbone, Raiders aren't afraid to pass it.
making it fun for the fans.
Well, that's big because now you don't have to give the ball back. Otherwise, you probably were looking at giving the ball back with like 30 seconds left. Up by 15 probably wouldn't have mattered, but now you really can put your foot, metaphorically, of course, speaking, on their throats.
Well, and that's just a momentum play. Kind of takes the winds out of the sails for the Tiger defense.
Yeah, victory formation. Schrader going to kneel. A little pushing and shoving, but not too much.
Yeah, this is where you don't want to give anything, away. You're in victory formation, so just enjoy it as they turn to their fans and celebrate.
Only one more kneel, and the Raiders will be in first place heading into the final week of the season, needing only a win over winless Moore County in region play to be the region champions for a second straight season, Jennifer.
Definitely well in the driver's seat after tonight's performance. Is there any better play call than victory formation, though, Mark? I mean, when you're at the end of the game, and especially a big game like this where it's been hard fought and a lot of things going on and came down, to the wire. I know people are like, well, it's a 15-point game, Jennifer. It's felt closer than that all night.
It has, because like I said, Fayetteville City has a true weapon, maybe the best player on the field tonight. But it's not about the best player on the field.
About the best team, Mark.
It's about the best team on the field, Jennifer. And so there's the kneel. I think that will do it depending on when the play clock starts. Yep, it will do it, folks. That is your ball game. As the Raiders win this one 37-22. Richland's staying on the field because I think they're wondering if since the play clock didn't start, that there's still another play, but I think they can go ahead and run this one out because it would just be one more kneel anyway.
Coaches are saying, let's go. We're done.
So that will do it, folks. The Raiders are now in first place in Region 5 1A after a 37-22 road victory over Fayetteville City. Richland 7-2 on the campaign, 3-1 in region play, and are a win at Moore County away from having at least 2, I believe 3, straight home games to start the playoffs.
Yeah, we did say that it was a big matchup tonight. They did not prove us wrong as Fayetteville comes out and jumps on Richland early, gets up 14-6 early on. But Raiders never showing any panic, Mark, and is able to rely on their defense to put some stops together and then gets in an offensive rhythm. And Fayetteville City just did not have a defensive stop for the Raiders tonight. Raiders come away victorious 37-22. Richland gets the big win.
Absolutely. 37-22, Richland on top here tonight over Fayetteville City. And so we're going to go ahead and take, okay, what's happening here? As I say, there's a little bit chirping between fans and Fayetteville City players here. Probably not what you want to see, as now they're having to separate folks. I mean, admittedly, if you're a fan, you can't be doing that. But at the same time, Fayetteville City's players also, you can't take the bait there. So we're going to go ahead and take a 3-minute timeout as they clear the players here. Back in 3 minutes with some post-game thoughts here as Raiders win it 37-22.
May Oil Company, a 4th-generation family-owned business, is a supplier of fuel products and specialty lubricants serving Pulaski, Giles County, and southern Middle Tennessee from our offices and warehouse at 619 South 4th Street, Pulaski. May Oil Company is also a proud supporter of Giles County Bobcat and Richland Raiders sports. May Oil Company, supporting our Middle Tennessee communities for generations. 931-363-3704.
This is Clay Doggett, your state representative for District 70, and I'm proud to share what makes Giles County such a special place to call home. From our rich history and strong values to our thriving local businesses and hardworking families, Giles County is built on community pride. We're blessed with beautiful farmland, vibrant small towns, and neighbors who always lend a helping hand. Whether it's gathering for local events, supporting our schools, or growing opportunities for the next generation, Giles County continues to be a shining example of Tennessee's best.
We've been cutting prices at Murray Chevrolet GMC. There are amazing red tag deals throughout our lot. Just look for the red hang tags and windows to find the very best deals in our inventory, like the Black Widow Edition Silverado 1500 RST with $12,000 off, or the 2025 Corvette E-Ray with over $14,000 in rebates. Many more great deals with thousands off on 2025 trucks. Swing through or visit our website, murraychevrolet.com, for all the info.
This is Mike Keith for Winterburn and Associates Insurance. Winterburn Insurance is a full-service insurance agency, meaning they can help you with virtually every kind of personal insurance. Keep them in mind for auto, home, life, and health. Winterburn and Associates Insurance has been serving Giles County and the surrounding area for nearly 70 years, so they truly are a trusted choice. Get a quote online at winterburninsurance.com or call 363-8638. Winterburn and Associates Insurance, proud members of the Insurers of Tennessee.
Hey, buddy, wear the throwback uniform.
Well, boys, you see, it's to celebrate the glory days, the pride, the passion, the tradition.
Wow, what could be better than wearing a throwback uniform on game day?
How about throwing back a green and gold citrusy sun-drop soda in a throwback bottle while wearing my throwback uniform on game day?
The pride, the passion, the tradition.
Throwback a green and gold sun-drop today.
Employee Resources Credit Union is an easy solution to banking, offering a personal, simple, yet modern way to bank. When you bank with ERCU, you are a shareholder, meaning you own a piece of the pie, and we make it easy with the convenience of digital banking, with service you won't find at another financial institution, including low to zero fees and incredible rates. We have the technology you need with the personal service you deserve, right here in your own neighborhood. Employee Resources Credit Union, not for profit, for service.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jennifer Hawkins. Mark has run down to the field to see if he could grab Coach Patterson and possibly some players. I'm not sure they're going to let some players come up through here. We had a little extracurriculars after the games. All is well as Fayetteville. I mean, it's just frustration of young guys on a tough loss for them as I do see Mark and Patterson making their way up, but if you missed out, 37-22 is your final as Richland Raiders now well in the driver's seat, just one win away against Moore County next Thursday night. We'll have the action here on KSR Sports Network, so make sure you check that out. But just a big win from your Richland Raiders as they came out, got kind of punched early, but as is, they were able to keep their cool and calmly just put together some offensive strategy and do their jobs and never panic and make sure that they had what they needed to seal this game. Big pick by Levi Reedy at the end to put this game away. And so Raiders with the big win, and now joining us on the headset is Coach Nick Patterson. We'll let him get since I'm standing on his headset. Sorry about that, Coach, but trying to give him short cord. So first of all, congratulations, big win tonight. We knew this was going to be a tough road test for you guys. Road games have been a little bit iffy this season, but how are you feeling after this win?
Well, feeling pretty good after this one. Really good win for us. Our guys played hard. We knew it was going to be a battle all night. It was back and forth early, but we knew if we could just withstand the storm, that we could make some things happen. And once we jumped on them, we never looked back. So really proud of my guys and their effort and what they were able to accomplish tonight, but we're not finished.
Okay, talk to me about, so they come out, Najee runs down the field. We get down early. You guys go with the trick play. Was that the game set? Did you have it in your back pocket? walk us through there with the that first trick play on offense with when you hit Mayo and get the defense to bite.
Yes, ma'am. We worked that all week. We knew we were going to come out with it. Felt good about it. Felt like we knew how they would line up, so it all worked out really good.
Oh, I love that play call, so it was fun. I think it kind of took them off their game, and like how you guys didn't panic. How do you coach that and keep those guys, when you get down early, how do you look at these guys and go, hey, let's not panic, let's get out there? What do you say to them? What do you do?
Well, it just a lot of practice and a lot of, understanding the game, and that it's a 4-quarter game, and understanding the kind of team that we are, and that we can hit big shots and big plays when we need to. So, our guys got a lot of confidence in that, and they've really grown up and matured over the course of this year. Now we still got some to go and some to do as far as that goes, but, just really proud of the understanding. Tonight we played a dynamic offense, and we needed our offense to be dynamic, and for the most part we were, and put points on the board when we needed to, and stayed ahead of the of the scoreboard and of the sticks. So that was big for us.
Yeah, absolutely. So you get to enjoy this tonight, a little bit tomorrow, but looking ahead, how do you get these guys to stay motivated and not overlook Moore County? I know they've not been, winning ball games. They're not the strong powerhouse that they've been in the past, but how do you keep them motivated and keep eyes forward for next week?
Well, we know what's at stake. We can't slip up on them after, what we did tonight. So, we'll just continue to preach one play at a time, one half at a time, one quarter at a time, and play ball.
Absolutely. Well, again, go celebrate with your guys. Big win as you guys are firmly in control in the driver's seat in the region. And so I know that feels good for you, rewarded for all the efforts you guys have put together. And you talk about brotherhood all the time, so go enjoy it with the guys. Congratulations again, Coach Nick Patterson. We'll have you guys again Thursday night next week, so we want to make sure our listeners don't miss out on that, because there's still more good things to come for the Richland Raiders.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. And that, again, was Coach Nick Patterson as the Raiders do celebrate a big victory here on the road against Fayetteville City as they win 37-22. And, Mark, I tell you, it was a fun one. It's kind of what we anticipated. Had a lot of different things to it, a lot of things and key moments that we could talk about. But I don't know about you, but we could almost do it again tomorrow night. That was so fun.
I will say this: it's my wife's birthday, so I
oh,
think
that's
tomorrow
right.
night
Yeah, I don't want to get you in trouble. You're right.
Should probably take her out tomorrow night. But as is though, I mean, what a game! Richland, just offensively, they dictated what happened here tonight. I mean, you just look tonight. I think there were only 2 drives where they didn't score touchdowns. One was a field goal, one was a punt. And so, what did I say? They only played 6 times in the last 5 weeks. Make that 7 times in the last 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, the offense, negative plays are the only thing that stopped them. Penalties are the only things that stopped them. I mean, they're exactly right now in week 10, the 9th game of the year, they're exactly what we thought they'd be because of what we saw in the preseason.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's just one of those that, I mean, there's so many different things we could talk about. There were some bizarre moments in the game tonight as well that I want to go back and look at some of the replays. And thanks to our producer here tonight, Elijah, we can actually do that, Mark, and go check out some of those plays and kind of relive those moments. But just a big victory, and just reminding our viewers that next week it is a Thursday night matchup for the Raiders. Raiders on Raiders, so we know it'll be a Raider win regardless, but we hope it's the Richland Raiders to finish out the region play.
Yep, so Richland is now in first place in region as they are technically tied for the moment with Eagleville and Fayetteville City, but they beat both of those teams, and so they own the head-to-head tiebreaker over both. A win next week versus Moore County would give them the region championship for a 2nd straight season. So, Jennifer, any final thoughts?
Man, Mark, it's just I think there's still more best yet to come, not just next week, but looking just a little bit ahead. I don't ever want to get, the cart before the horse, but I think this Raider team really showed out tonight because this was a good Fayetteville City team, but the Raiders really just kind of held it together and did what they needed to put points up on the board and then get the defensive stops that they needed. So I think it's one of these that let's just see what could continue with this season.
Absolutely. So thanks to Jennifer, thanks to Elijah. The Raiders win it 37-22 as we're basically the last people in the stadium now. Cleared out quick after that fight, or I guess what could have been a fight started up there, but Richland wins it here tonight to improve to 7-2 on the season, 3-1 in region play. A big shout out to all of our sponsors who make this possible here on WKSR Sports. A shout out to the fine folks back at the studio, Kenny Beckman, Morgan Beckman, and of course JP Plant, as well as they were doing the Giles County game tonight. JP and Chris were. Giles County was down by 3 last time I checked. You can turn over to the radio station to find out what's happening over there at the Brickyard. But one final time, Raiders win it 37-22. For Jennifer Hawkins, I'm Mark Mize saying thank you